Well, kia ora everybody, and welcome to Bruce Pullman Park here on Easter Sunday. It's a pleasure to be with you. We're going to be here all day today for some great rugby league action, the NZRL National District 9s for the 16s today. And we are going to kick it off with a girls' 7th place playoff match between Waikato and Otago. And these are two teams that, unfortunately for them, things maybe haven't quite worked out for them so far in the tournament. Each team has played 4 matches and lost all 4. Glenn Lama's my name, Blake Ashford, former Warriors player with me. Blake, great to have you here, mate, and we've got some excellent conditions. As normal, Bruce Pullman's pitch is looking absolutely fantastic, and the weather's good too, mate. It is good. It is good. You already mentioned the ground. It's looking immaculate. We've got some great talent on show, the 16s and 18s. NZRL have done a good job to get all these talent together and showcase what New Zealand Rugby League's about. Absolutely. So we're going to be concentrating on the 16s today. So here is the Waikato team. Taiali Raihi, number 1, has scored 2 tries in the tournament so far. New Zealand Māori 14s player from last year. Keep your eye on her. We've got a couple of strong runners down the middle too. Liana Baba Salvation and Mihi Korama Kerr, number 11 and 13 respectively. Keep your eye on them. We've had a couple of close losses. Waikato losing to Taranaki 6-4 and Bay of Plenty in their semi-final by 10-4. And here is the Otago team today, and plenty of talent in here as well. Looking through their try scorers so far, Nina Rakate, Dina Veituna and Greta Luke are their try scorers in the tournament so far. So they've just scored the 3 tries in their 4 games, and the closest defeat they've had is to Bay of Plenty by 12 points to 4. So Otago and Waikato, this is a big chance for them, isn't it, here, Blake, with them to end the tournament on a high. It is. They'll be going back to their clubs and their districts after this. So this last game together, get to play some footy, end it on a high note, and hopefully come away with the first win of the tournament. Now, if you haven't seen 9s, of course, the NRL 9s a few years ago in Auckland was a big deal, of course, but we haven't had that for some time now. So to remind you of the rules, it's pretty much the same as normal rugby league, except they're 9-minute halves. There's only 9 players on the field. And unlike the NRL 9s a few years ago, which dropped the tackle count in a set to 5, we are going to play 6 tackle sets through this tournament. So that's really it. If we get a tie at the end of the game, folks, we're going to get 5 minutes of golden point time. The first team to score a point in golden point wins the game. If we don't get any points in the first 5 minutes, we'll play another 5 minutes of golden point, and then if it's tied after that, we will have the team declared the winner will be the team that scored the first points in the game in regulation. So let's see if we go that far in a game. To remember there, isn't it? It is indeed, but that's basically how it works with this tournament. And we've had 8 teams who have been playing in the girls' competition. We have 8 teams in the boys as well. And we're going to see all of them in action in this session and in this afternoon session as well. Just the once. So here comes the Otago team, coached by Jess Hannah Brennan. And Waikato's team is coached by Patara Berryman. And I'm sure they'll be keen to end this tournament on a high. And it's fast action. The NRL 9s, or the Rugby League 9s, as we get to see Otago's going to kick off. And kicking off is going to be Anya Clark. So he's one of the leaders in this team. 14 is Maluhia Berryman, 15 Janaea Wilson, 17. And we're almost set here for kickoff. I might be waiting another 45 seconds. They generally run these 9s tournaments absolutely meticulously to time. You know what it's... Did you play in NRL 9s? I did, mate. I was part of the Sharks and part of the Warriors. We went to, 3 grand finals with no success, but good times. There's the kickoff from Clark. So Otago in the blue, Waikato in their black strip. And straight away, diving on the ball there was Berryman, who's going to play it for Waikato. We have the first set, and that's been lost forward, so an early chance for Otago here. Picked up the ball is Mason, Sahara Mason. Got to be very organised in Rugby League 9s. It's a different kettle of fish. Although the basics of the game, Blake, still remain the same, don't they? They do. You'll see a lot of space, but it's not the key to attack that space just yet. You want to try and build it up through the middle and then go wide. There's Goldsmith passing the ball to Sigelko, and this is a great run from Sigelko. Tracy Sigelko has scored the try. Well, some pretty, not rigorous defence, but Sigelko's going to get the first score, and there is a try for Otago. Well done.
Simple rugby league, isn't it? Look at that. Just run harder than the opposition can tackle. Straight over the top. Kept running. Too fast to the try line. Lovely try.
Well, she has big hair, big guns, and she's got a big run on it too. Here's Tracy Sigelco. So well done to her. And here is Anya Clark with the conversion, and that is successful as well. So a nice start for Otago. They lead 6-0. A great opportunity for all players all around the country to play in this tournament, Blake, isn't it?
It is, and you know, they're on Sky Sports, so nationally televised event here today, so they all get their turn on TV to showcase their talent. So it's an awesome opportunity.
So Otago, wonderful starters. We're going to have Mason restarting play. So they've had games against Bay of Plenty, Mangere East, Wellington and Taranaki. Most of the teams participating in the tournament here are provincial or district teams, except the Auckland teams who have come here with their clubs, who won the district tournament. We'll see all of them in action later on. Now Waikato, we want to see good ball security from them, and that was a hair-raising moment for them. Nice offload. And now there's space here on the right, but they've drifted across quite nicely. Has Greta Luke to just shut down the space there for Waikato. But they've made 20 metres on that tackle, which is a good effort. Barbara Salvation, who has scored 1 try in the tournament so far for Waikato, slotting into dummy half as Berryman. And now an opportunity up the left. This might test the Otago defence. In fact, a nice change of direction. There's a good tackle coming in on Kerr. Waikato, whoops. Just a slight drop there, moment there, Barbara Salvation. It's picked up by Otago. Nice awareness from that player to really charge downfield, Blake.
It was very smart to pick it up. There was no referee whistle, so they continued to play on.
So Otago with 3 minutes of play in this first half completed. And they just have that 1 try. They have the ball again, and coming through is Goldsmith at dummy half. They look well organised, don't they, this Otago team, as Veituna is heavily tackled there. But they seem a bit more organised, and the execution is a bit up on the Waikato team at the moment. This is Mason. Playing with good urgency down the middle. It's Goldsmith. Heads to the left, and here's Veituna again. Nice momentum into the line there. So about 15 metres out. Last play now for the Whalers. And there's the kick from Anya Clark. Not so much depth on it. Now that was dropped, but it's been ruled to go back. So Waikato have got possession. Oh, just shrugging off the tackle there of McCulloch. And Waikato really haven't had any field position in the game yet, Blake, have they?
No, they haven't. A couple of drop balls. It's so critical to hold the ball in 9 aside because your players just going to get tired. We just need a bit more support play here, I think, from the girls. And they'll get down there. They'll get the opportunity, even though it is a short game.
Barbara Salvation there into dummy half. Now Waikato looking to spread the ball. It was a good pass coming in from Marley Martin. Tackle is Playel. Well, that might have been lost forward. And referees are going to allow play to continue as Waikato get to their kick. And they've just poked it behind the line there, so that's challenging for the Otago defence. But they're there, and a fast play the ball will get the momentum back to them. Though quite a splintered back line, or defensive line there for Waikato. As Maihi pushed up with a good run to start with, and Veituna. This is Dina Veituna. She seems to be showing out quite strongly here in the first half, Blake.
Yeah, you are right, and they're a lot more organised, this Otago side. Running in twos, showing the ball. Look at offload, second phase play.
And good play, nice draw and pass there out to Ferguson. Ferguson's lost it. And Waikato have got it back again through Martin. So still just the one try in this first half so far. Waikato have had a lot of ball, but mainly pinned inside their own half. Barber Salvation, risky pass. And that one's been lost, so it's going to be Otago ball.
They'll be happy it's only 6-0 at the moment. If they can hold this or maybe get a try before half-time. But this is a pivotal set, I think, in this match right now.
Well, let's see if Waikato can defend this. They won't want to go 2 tries to 0 down in this first half. But big chance for Otago here. Out they come, Otago. That was Mason again. Good, strong tackle. Lovely tackle. Play all in there to really make sure that Otago player tasted the dirt on that occasion. And there's Veituna again. Like how she just accelerates heading into that line. The defensive line. Goldsmith once again, who's providing good service out of dummy half. And here's a great run for the line and another try for Otago. And that is Nina Rakete going over to score Otago's second try, and they lead 10-0.
They do. Rakete just got the ball, tucked it under the wing, and Waikato just held off her. She just ran, took the line on, found the gap, and was too big, too strong in the end. That's going to hurt the Waikato girls.
Well, that's the second try of the tournament for Rakete. Got one against Bay of Plenty in their first game of the tournament and pool play. And here's Clark's conversion attempt, and that looks good as well. So excellent work from Otago, and they're out to a good 12-0 lead over this Waikato's team now. Isn't it good to see? Look at the sideline over there, Blake. Fantastic, isn't it? Don't we love the orange light setting?
Mate, Rugby League Carnival, packed stadium, or packed arena, packed railings. People everywhere. It's awesome. Awesome to be back.
It is great to see. So last minute of the first half in this playoff for 7th and 8th in the under-16 girls division. And Otago with 2 converted tries. They've got some challenges posing for Waikato here. That was Kerr's run, a good run from her. Yeah, run straight and hard. That's how to do it. See if Waikato can get good shape here. So they spread the ball with 27 seconds to play in this first half. Nice footwork at the line there. That was a good little move from Annika Mete. She has 1 try in the tournament so far. Waikato now running out of time in this first half. Can they score here on the stroke of half time? Nice pass from Wilton. They're making good meters upfield here, Waikato, but Otago's defence is good there. Tatana has lured or drifted across quite nicely there. And it looks like the time might have elapsed. In fact, he's awarded a penalty, the referee there, so Waikato will have one last opportunity. Let's see, one last chance for them. Not going to be, and that will be half time. So a very good first half for Otago with 2 tries to Sigilko and to Rakete and 2 goals to Anya Clark half time in the 7th and 8th playoff game, and it is 12 points to 0 to Otago. Well, they look good, Otago, in this game, Blake.
They do. Veituna was, she's electric when she got the ball. She got the ball in 2 hands, bring her team with her. It's awesome to see, she's really put them on her back. But for me, I think for Waikato to get back in this, Barber Salvation is the one. I think she's had the ball. She's looked dangerous, sort of playing like a half out there. So it'd be good to see her get a bit more ball, and hopefully Waikato get that ball down the other end and maybe a try or 2.
Well, that was the first try to Sigilko, and what a fantastic bust that was. Clean line break there, and the second try to Rakete, very similar. Just good, strong and direct running resulted in those 2 tries to Otago, which were both converted by Anya Clark, and that's another key facet of Nines Rugby League, isn't it? Is goal kicking.
It is. They can win and lose you a game, can't it? Especially, at this age, to be kicking them both over. It's a handy lead, 12-0 up.
Well, it's great to see Otago up here too. It's a long trip for them up from Dunedin, and it is really neat to see. They've got quite a few teams actually scattered through this tournament. You're going to see their boys team in action shortly. And I know they've got some under-18 teams here, which we'll see in action tomorrow. But this team here, this under-16s girls team, is going well.
Girls under-18s, Howard versus Wellington.
Looks like the breeze has picked up a bit too. Look at those flags out there. So the sun's still shining bright, but might have picked up just a bit. So we'll see how this affects them in the second half.
It's a real good, it's a good vibe here at Bruce Pullman today. We've got 4 fields of action. Four tries in the tournament so far, and straight away they're asking questions of the Waikato defence, this Otago team. Nice return of the football from Greta Luke on that occasion. And now here's Rakati again. Still no handle. In fact, that's Daisy Maihi with that hit up. You've got 2 or 3 big, powerful runners up the middle and some useful distributors of the ball too. Goldsmith has been particularly good at dummy half. Almost the strip there from Barber Salvation. But Evelyn Veituna that time just hold on to the ball. There's a nice run from Sarah Mason, or Sahara Mason rather, and she makes 15 metres. Tatana into dummy half now as we see Anya Clark with her hands on the ball, just trying to play heads up rugby league. And here is Evelyn Veituna. So the 2 sisters, Dina and Evelyn, going well, wearing 2 and 3 respectively for Otago as they're looking dangerous here again, and they're getting into a try-scoring opportunity. A little kick is well read by the Waikato defence, and in transition, oh, they stand it back to that Otago player, and Lara McCulloch is going to score the 3rd try. It's unlucky for Waikato.
Yeah, McCulloch in the right place at the right time, I think. I can understand the thought process, trying to get back in the game, you know, nine aside, but just passed to the wrong person there. That's real unlucky.
So Lara McCulloch is going to score the try. That's her first of the tournament. And she's been one of the playmakers in the team. As we see, it's nice and handy, the posts again, and Clark unfortunately doesn't get the timing right there, so the score remains 16-0. But Otago looking comfortable now on the scoreboard.
I look for the positive for Waikato. They get the ball here, so hey, let's see what they can do with it. Throw it around.
Yeah, of course, that's the other major difference in Nines Rugby League, is the team scoring the points kicks off rather than the other way around.
Nice after training. Kick off, here we go again for Otago versus Waikato.
Otago restart play. Waikato now have 6.5 minutes to somehow fashion probably at least 3-4 tries. Not going to be easy in that amount of time. But this is a good attitude and nice carry of the ball there by Taiali Reihi. And she has actually scored 2 of her team's 4 tries in the tournament so far. Fast play the ball. Here's Waikato looking a bit stronger on this occasion, but again, their ball control not quite there, Blake.
No, it's proved so costly, doesn't it? Like, they looked dangerous then. Barbara Salvation was getting their hands on the ball. They were starting to find a bit of rhythm. Just costly. Now Otago's got the chance to further that lead.
Our match official Joseph Green confirming the play moving forward.
So that won't be in any particular hurry as Maihi will restart play. And just a simple one-out run coming here from Goldsmith from dummy half. Distribution in the first half was first class, even though she's one of the smallest on the field. Sometimes they can be the most effective.
Does help, doesn't it, when you've got the Veituna sisters and Akati running forward, making those easy meters for you. It's awesome. Awesome platform.
There's Goldsmith again, and now charging onto the ball is Maihi again, right on the halfway line. Really good run from her. Now Mason. There's McCulloch who got that last try again. Tatana out on this right wing side. Good tackling from Waikato there. Shutting down the space. Not allowing her to really stretch forward. Here's Rakati. The tackle coming in from Kerr for Waikato on that occasion. She's working hard on defence for her team. And there goes the kick from Mason. Ooh, don't want to let it bounce. I think that might have been knocked forward by Otago there. In fact, it hasn't been, and it's play on. And it is Lara McCulloch going in to score her second try.
Right time, right place. She's very lucky, McCulloch. Or actually, I shouldn't say lucky, should I? Very smart rugby league player, always in that, always pushing up. Look at that, chasing the ball, just the basics of the game. And she made herself available right there. And playing to the wrist whistle again. Everyone stopped, she didn't.
Exactly. In fact, it looked like it might have just been nudged back by that Otago player. And unfortunately, Playall thought they were all set for a turn with the ball, but it didn't happen. Got to play to the whistle. And here is Clark's conversion attempt. And that one's waved away as well. So a comfortable scoreline, though, for Otago. 20 points to 0 here. This has been easily their best performance of the game. In fact, they've only scored 22 points across the 4 previous games. So Otago have almost eclipsed that in one game in this one right here. And they've really deserved their lead as well.
They have. They've been the better team for the majority of the game, holding onto the ball, running some shape.
Well, let's see if Waikato can finish with a couple of tries. They have scored in 3 of their 4 games to date. Let's see if they can get cracking here with Elkington, who's on the field now. She's in the headgear, slotting into dummy half here. Almost lost it. Elkington is... Oh, that's great commitment there for Otago to win the ball back again.
Veituna again, with the ball and without the ball. Very damaging. She's all...
Haven't they been first class? Plenty of Otago players have put their hands up in this game. No doubt about it at all, as we see Goldsmith handle again, and another well-timed run by the middle forward, Daisy Maihi. Fast play the ball too. We'll have that Waikato defence stretched on this right flank. Clark it was. Nice run around from Clark. But that fast look forward out to Reva Ferguson, and it was ruled forward, so Waikato will get the ball back with 2 minutes to play in this game. Coming up, we'll have the boys' 7th-8th match. That's going to be between Northern and Otago, the Northern Swords and Otago. We'll have that game for you next. Let's see, Waikato got, 80 seconds, 90 seconds to make sure they don't finish with a donut. Again, their intent there, you can see what they're trying to do, maybe the execution just letting themselves down a bit, but they're playing with good intent as we see Aspinall out on this left wing side. Give it back to Elkington again, who's just going to run the ball forward. Nice offload. Here's some excellent running here. This is Barber Salvation, and she is a way to score the try. Brilliant effort from her.
She's looked likely all game. When she's had the ball in her hand, she's looked very, very dangerous. And look, that second phase play, that you can see what they were trying to do all game, it finally comes off. You tapped on it before. The execution, executed this one perfectly, didn't they? Too fast.
But sometimes individual brilliance triumphs everything, doesn't it? And that it was Barber Salvation in the clear. Good pace. One of the bigger players, too, in the Waikato team.
Did I see a little bit of a goose step there, too?
She's going to take the conversion as well. And it's over. Well, that got there by the skin of its teeth, didn't it? So 20 points to 6. So Barber Salvation gets her second try of the game, of the tournament. And well done to Waikato for scoring in this game. But really, Otago have been far too good. And are going to seal 7th place in the girls 16 division. Let's see if they can just close out professionally here, this Otago Whalers team. Mason goes back and will take the tackle with the hooter due to sound any second. And there it goes. And Otago will just take the carry, and that will be, in fact, it's still play on here. This is good attitude from the Whalers, almost stolen by Elkington, but it's play on. No, the knock on now called. And that will be the end of the game. So well done to Otago. The Whalers have got 7th place in this game, and Waikato have got 8th place in the girls 16s full-time score here. Otago 20, Waikato 6. And we'll be back with the boys' 7th, 8th playoff game in just a moment between Northern and Otago.
This is some story right here. It's glorious. It's an absolute feast.
So there we are. That is that game, Otago versus Waikato. Good spirit played by all the players in this tournament, and well, they've played 5 games in 2 days, which is, it's only 9 minutes each way, but it can take it out of you.
It does. It creeps up in you. Very surprising. I suppose they're young. They got that on their side, but I know they'll sleep well tonight.
Absolutely right. Let's move on to our next game. This is the 7th place playoff game in the 16s boys competition. Northern Swords against Otago. So both teams coming in again without a victory. Otago having losses to Hauraki, Marist Saints from Auckland, Wellington, and Otago very close to winning the semi-final. They lost in Golden Point to Manawatu by 8 points to 4. Had they won that game, they'd be playing off for 5th and 6th, but not to be for Otago. Northern Swords, well, they come here. They've actually had some close losses. They lost to Manawatu 10-6 and to Canterbury 8-6. Very close games there, but they had losses to Waikato 20-10 and Hauraki 14-4. So a bit mixed from the Northern Swords in this tournament, but clearly they have some talent there with some close losses against some pretty good teams.
Yeah, I think both teams have a lot of talent here coming out today. So I'm expecting a real tight match, another one for this tournament.
Absolutely, yeah. Northern Swords going through their lineup. Jared Cook, their captain, number 13, is a Northern Swords 16s player from last year, so he's had rep footy. Cook, number 13. Keep your eye too on Tokamaru Tito, number 7. He is in the Warriors Invitational 13 camp this school holiday. So the Warriors are having a look at Tito, number 7. And yeah, a good sprinkling all around the region too. A couple of boys from Whangarei, a couple of boys from Bream Bay College, which of course is south of Whangarei, and Dargaville High's got a couple of representatives. We even have Walter Taheri from Hokianga, who's made the team as well, number 15. Hopefully he gets on the field as well. And here is the Otago team. And, well, let's have a look here and see. Josh Munro scored a couple of tries, number 2. Keep your eye on him. It's his first year playing rugby league. And we have quite a few experienced rugby union players. But as we see at this age, a lot of the time, Blake, they dabble in rugby league and enjoy the challenge of playing both sports.
They do, mate. We know it's an up-and-growing sport in this country. We're going to get them eventually, but they come dabbling in rugby league and they keep having tournaments like this, so I'm sure the more and more will start to switch codes.
A couple of players in the Otago boys first 15 as well. Jackson Hewen, number 7, and Mason Lome Hindle, number 1. So We know Otago boys is a very good rugby union school, so a couple of boys from their first 15 playing in this Otago team today. A couple of boys too I see in the Kings High first 15 as well. Kane Tayala, number 11, and Taufa Makanesi, number 21. So he is perhaps a player to keep your eye on as well. In fact, both of them have scored tries in the tournament. We've got a guy too in the Otago team, number 5, Manaya Lessa. Hopefully we get to see him in space. He's run the 100 metres in 11.53 seconds and holds the South Island record. So he's fast. So we'll see how he goes. Louis Tilley is the coach of the Otago team. Nicholas Schuster for the Northern Swords. And I've got to say thank you too to all the managers and coaches of the teams. They've provided us with really good information on the players all the way through the 16s and the 18s. So thank you to all the management of all the teams have been very accommodating. Got some great info on these players, Blake, and be interesting to see who kicks on for a good rugby league career in future years.
It's very exciting to see all these representatives at a young age and all together in this one tournament, isn't it?
Absolutely. So we've got Northern in the light blue, of course, from Northland, and Otago in the dark blue. Not far away from getting this game underway. Here's number 14, Shane Wassell. Got to mention him. He's only 13 years old. Number 14 here for Northern Swords, so very young player. He could be playing at this tournament for the next 3 years. So maybe he's got some gas as well. He looks big for his age.
Playing against 16-year-olds at 13.
Yeah,
Must
not
have
easy,
some
eh?
ticker as well as a starting lineup player.
Yeah.
So interesting to see how he goes. Looks very nippy.
He does. Tyrese Kelly, number 1, is also a player to watch for the Northern Swords. He's their goal kicker too. So got some good players here in this Northern Swords and Otago Whalers team as we're underway now for the 7th and 8th places. This is a 16s division here at the NZRL National Nines, the inaugural NZRL National Nines, and we hope you're enjoying the coverage as we've got the second of 8 games coming up today. And straight away, some real fast play the balls coming from Otago as they make some serious metres off just 2 carries. And here's their number 11, Kane Tayala. He's at King's High School in Dunedin. A good start for them. 6 tackle sets, remember, in this tournament, not 5 tackles. And here is Lome Hindle. I told you about him. Keep your eye on him. He's coming in from the back. A dummy half Mason for Otago. And now is Dayton Tayala. Good tackle coming in there from Warmington, Xavier Warmington for the Northern Swords. So here's Otago getting to their kick. So we're really good first set there for the Otago Whalers. And the ball found the turf as well. And a little tricky bounce there for Moro Makiha for Northern Swords. So they start the set from their 10.
Looked very promising that first set of Otago. A couple of big carries and then finished it nicely with a kick. Now it's the Northern Swords' turn. Let's see what they can do with it.
Well, Kelly had that run. Nice draw and pass from the Northern Swords, but good defence here from Otago. They're keeping the Northern Swords pinned on their own 20 after 3 tackles, so good start defensively for Otago here as well. That might bust clear now as we see Warmington has lost the ball and Otago have jumped on it. And I think we've got errors both ways there. So they're going to come back to the first mistake, which was made by the Northern Swords.
We are going to see a scrum. This will be interesting.
Yeah, we got told there's only 2 occasions where a scrum can happen in nines, and one was a double knock-on, which we just saw.
Hey, there's going to be, I'll tell you what, there's room in niner side. Now let's see the back line now. I hope they've got something planned. They threw the ball around a lot, so let's see what they got planned here.
And nines, remember, there's only 5 players per side in a scrum. So gives plenty of space for the backs to weave some magic, doesn't it? Let's see if Otago can do just that. Whoops, the pass, not there. And I think that's definitely gone forward. It's a little bit clumsy, clunky there from the Otago team.
We'll probably be mentioning this all day, but got to hold on the ball to win these games, just like any game of rugby league. 9, a bit more so.
So Northern Swords can again come out of their defensive end here, but they're finding it difficult, aren't they, to get any momentum. That's Cook, Jared Cook, their captain. Russell now is on the field, and here's Xavier Warmington. He looks like he enjoys the contact, doesn't he, eh?
Oh, yeah. Be hard to stop, it looks like.
Liking the look of him. Here's an ambitious pass, but it's a good one. And Northern still have it. Taua Glasi out on that left wing side for the Northern Swords. Not easy meters here for the Northern Swords, and they get another penalty here, Blake. Some more possessions. Well, Otago in the first, 4 minutes almost. Now, they've only had one set.
Yep.
And it was a good one.
Exactly, and they haven't been, Northern Swords, this is the first time they've been out of their own half. So I'd like to see them just play, pass, throw some shape, maybe shift the ball a bit wide instead of too many one-out runs at the moment.
Tackle coming in from Otago there. Sione Taka with that tackle. Here's Warmington, who looks a key player in this team, doesn't he? There he is, engaging the line again. Xavier Warmington from Pompelia Catholic College he goes to. Now Cook, just couldn't gather the ball. It was looking likely there for Northern.
That was great. It opened right up for Cook. Just unlucky, the pass a bit low.
Jared Cook from Bream Bay College. Easy to spot with the blonde mullet. Grandson actually of Brendan Bracewell, who used to play cricket for New Zealand. A very famous cricketing family there, the Bracewell family. Here he is making a tackle, Jared Cook. Otago, see if they can keep this momentum going here. Tayala, it is. Youngest player in the team for Otago. He's a big lad, isn't he? Even though he's only 14 years old. Jeepers, solid character as Pity plays the ball now. And there is the young fella Tayala again. Lomi Hindle carried the ball and whoops. Maybe he just should have taken the tackle there, Maika Puni. And unfortunately, he's going to turn over possession for his team there.
Oh, well, they've called a knock on from the Swords, so they get another set here, Otago.
Well, Otago maybe a bit fortunate there to keep possession. Still no real try-scoring opportunities for either of these two teams in these first 5 minutes. Here's Cook and Warmington again, making that tackle. And now they might have numbers on this right flank here, but they can't get it out wide to utilise any potential overlap. And here's Kane Tayala once again. Otago still beavering away here. Oh, it's been taken by Cook here, and now he's lost it. Well, a bit of a mistake fest going on at the moment. And now Lesser, here's Lesser, this fast lad. We talked about him doing the 100 metres in 12 or less than 12 seconds. And that was beautiful work from Mania Lesser to set up Mason Lomi Hindle for the first try.
Bit of footwork, a little dance to get around him, and then just hit the afterburners. Made it look very easy and just set up that try. That was lovely. Lovely football. I could certainly tell he runs 11.53.
Wow, looks like he's got a step too, doesn't he?
Yeah, standing start, straight around the winger.
No conversion from that try. Lomi Hindle gets his first try of the game and of the tournament, and it's Otago leading by 4 points to 0. Well, get the ball in the hands of Mania Lesser. Let's see more of that.
I wouldn't even mind if you're in your own territory. Chuck the kick down. Let
him
fly.
Yeah. Reminding you again, Mania Lesser, number 5 for Otago, holds the South Island record for the run 100 metres for his age, 11.53 seconds. And it looks like he can move sideways as well. Because, of course, it's all good running fast in one line, in a straight line, Blake. And in rugby league, you've got to move with that speed. Got to move laterally. Here comes Wellington again. Good work rate on this lad too, isn't he?
That's like we spoke about how hard it is to play 9-a-side. He's been out there from the get-go and hasn't shirked anything.
And there's a fantastic little snipe out of dummy half. Good awareness, good tackle coming in there from Puni for Otago. And here he is again, Warmington making another 10 or 15 metres. He's carrying the ball twice every set, Blake.
Yeah.
Great work rate.
Does look like he's going to be the one to bust him and set something open.
Cook. Let's see if the Northern Swords can string together a nice backline shape here. Oh, there's a good burst through by number 12, and it is Harlem Cooper. Just couldn't link up here, and here is our man Lesser again in broken field. Let's see what he can do. Oh, they've shut him down nicely. Good double man tackle.
Must have got the same tip sheet as us.
Watch number 5. Some keen defence coming in here from the Northern Swords. If they can lure an error here out of Otago, they might get back to even Stevens on the scoreboard with just a few moments left in this first half. Good competitive match between these two, what appears to be evenly matched sides. Piri with the ball here. Nice burst out of dummy half from Noah Piri. Been told don't let his size fool anyone. He's a smaller lad, but he's got good rugby league awareness. Now this is Jackson Huon. He's offloaded nicely. Otago, this is the try scorer, Lome Hindle. Holding on for dear life there, Lata Noa Make for the Northern Swords. So Otago looking dangerous here with 30 seconds to go in this first half. And there's Huon's kick. Not a bad one. Let's see who's got it. And it has been jumped on there by the Northern Swords. Looks like Jaden Milne had it. And now the way they go again. The Northern Swords, this is a fantastic run. This is the young fella, Wassel rather, who is going well here. Running out of time though, the Northern Swords, only 5 seconds to go in this first half. Hopefully they can get to their feet quickly to play the ball here before the hooter, which they have done. So Cook up the middle. He's lost it, unfortunately. Oh, and unlucky there for the Northern Swords with Tito sneaking through there, but unfortunately it was lost forward. So there is the halftime score, just the one score in the game so far. Otago leading by 4-0. Well, good competitive game, Blake. Very enjoyable.
That's what we expected. Both these teams throughout the tournament have been in tight contests, so there was no reason why they wouldn't be in another one here to see who gets this final position. And as we see, Lesser, a little goosey, a little footwork like on Saturday night, and straight around the winger. It sets it up for Lome Hindle, and he's been very hard to stop. Seems to be organising it all.
Yeah, that's brilliant. Yeah, beautifully set up by the winger. That was excellent play. And Lome Hindle from the Otago Boys High School first 15 goes over to score the only try of the game. Otago coached by Nicholas, by Louis Tilly. And he's in there barking away his instructions now. And Otago have just trying to come back from the disappointing loss in the semi-final in Golden Point to Manawatu. It looks like they put that behind them quite nicely. That's good when you're young, isn't it? You don't really care about what's happened, Blake. You just get out there and play what's in front of you. It
is. And, they would, no matter what position they finish here, they just want to win every game they can. So it's good that both these teams are in this competition. Warmington looks the most likely for the Northern Swords, doesn't he?
Doesn't he? Yes.
But they've had their opportunities. They're creating opportunities. They've just got to execute.
Northern Swords have coached by Nicholas Schuster. Touched on each of these two teams have not won a game so far, but Northern Swords have been beaten. Well, two of their losses were quite tight, and we touched on that Golden Point loss for Otago. Also lost to Wellington by just 4 points as well, Otago. So there's some pretty decent players in their side. Here at Bruce Pullman Park, second game of 8 today. Coming up next, we can remind you the third game in this session is going to be a girls' game for 5th and 6th place between Bay of Plenty and Taranaki. And then we will end the session with the 5th and 6th place game in the boys' division between Hauraki and Manawatu. Looking forward to seeing that Hauraki team play. They're full of players from Paeroa and Whitianga, and it's really, they've already won 2 games of the tournament, so there's clearly some pretty decent players in that Hauraki team. Not known for its rugby league in the Coromandel or Paeroa. So looking forward to seeing them a little bit later on. But here we go, second half of this game between Otago and the Northern Swords. So it's going to be the first carry here for the Northern Swords. Defensively, I think Otago have been very good as well, haven't they, Blake? They haven't missed any tackles at all. No,
they haven't. And they've stopped a lot of those opportunities. I mentioned Northern Swords are getting them, but, Otago's defence is limiting them.
Here comes a carry from Make, Dargaville High School he goes to. Already scored 1 try in the tournament. Dummy half is Tito. And now here comes Milne again. And Now it's Tyrese Kelly. And Kelly with the number 1 on his back. Good little play the ball too. Nice little short side dart there, and that's definitely gone backwards as Kelly tidies up again. They're looking better here for the Northern Swords as Will Smith, Whangarei Boys High School player, plays the ball right on the 30. Good set of 6, probably the best of the game so far, and this bounce could be critical. Almost there for the Northern Swords. But easily the best set from them in the game so far, Blake.
By far, and that's all it takes. It could be bounce the other way, and they could have been in there for the first try, but unlucky bounce. Now it's their turn to defend and try and get the ball back down there. And
well, it's a good reminder too for Otago as well that there's some talent in this Northern Swords side. Now Josh Munro is going to restart the game from the 20 and just go straight away. Good to see Josh Munro, first year playing rugby league. Already scored a try in the tournament. Nice draw and pass there. And Otago up near their 40 after 2 plays. See if they can spread it and find some space out in midfield here. It's a good tackle coming in from Milne for the Northern Swords. Now away goes Taiala for Otago. In fact, that is Makanese. Otago still there. And Taka, and here's a chance. Is this our man again?
Oh, wow.
Oh, it is. That is the man with the gas. It's Lesser. And there he is going over to score a try. He created the first one, scores the second, 8-0. Wow. You can see that he's got gas from a standing start too, Blake, hasn't he?
if we do. Is that Hewen? Gets
Hewen,
the ball
yeah.
wide. Oh, simple, great pass. Then straight Taka, and he finds the man you need to find, Lesser. I mean, open space, in and away there on the fullback. That's 3 people he beat there. Very impressive, very, very impressive.
And a great setup, as you touched on there too, from the pass from Hewen, and also the next pass out to Lesser, who timed his run perfectly, didn't he? So 8-0, 2 tries to 0. Otago with the advantage here early in the second half.
I'll be getting our man Wilmington back on, I think.
Yeah, got to be solid up the middle, don't you? Play to your strengths. Mind you, he put in a big shift in that first half, Blake. He's probably, you know, needs a bit of a rock juice to fire up again.
I'm being a bit greedy, aren't I?
Well, it does raise the opportunity for others to stand up, and that was a great exchange there. And that was Sinamoni Ma'a with a powerful run, and now here's Cook again. But the Otago defence handled him. So got to be said there, and here's the Northern Swords looking good up the middle. Fast play the ball required here. Here's some good work coming in from Taka again, and now here's a chance here for the winger, and he's clear. This is Rhythm Taua Glassy, who's gone over to score the try, and the Northern Swords are on the board. Brilliant stuff.
We spoke about Lesser's pace. What about Taua Glassy? He had a lot of work to do from about 40 out. Great play the ball, great setup, quick play the ball, just opens up space. Look at the kid, pin the ears back, and he's run it over close to the post. We spoke about how important kicking these goals are. He's helped the kicker out a bit there if they get this 2-point game.
Well, the Northern Swords, of course, if they get the kick over, then only their try, if they can score again, they'll go in front. Now, Tyrese Kelly has scored, he's 3 from 4 in the tournament, so he's got a good kick on him. There is the commentator's curse if I ever heard it. So Kelly can't convert the try, but a great try by Taua Glassy. And it is Otago leading 8-4. Remember, if we're tied at full time, we'll go to Golden Point. And if that happens, it'll be Otago's second Golden Point game in a row in this tournament. So let's see what happens over these next 3.5 minutes. And it's found touch, which means Northern will get the ball.
Never too early for a bit of excitement like this, is it?
Great kickoff.
Early on in the day. Wouldn't mind a golden point. Oh, have we had 2 scrums in a game?
Yeah, we have. We have indeed. But at least Northern have got the scrum feed.
We saw Otago before with the scrum feed and didn't really capitalise. So I'd like to see them maybe run a play. Bit of misdirection here off this scrum.
Well, looks like they're cooking something up, aren't they? You're watching the 7th and 8th playoff game in the boys 16 division here at the National Nines for 2022. And here's an opportunity. Is it going to go out to Toa Glassy again? They might not need him as Kelly scores the try. And now we've got a game on our hands. Back-to-back tries here for the Northern Swords. And 8-all. And now this kick becomes important for Tyrese Kelly.
Best time to attack at a scrum, especially in a nines tournament. 5 people in the scrum. And look, they just go at pace. There's no shape. There's no nothing. It's just simple, basic rugby league. Pass the ball and Kelly. Use the speed. Carried one over the line. Put down. He's got a tough job to convert it here, but... Oh, who's...
Yeah. It's, to goodness me, did it go over from the sideline? What about that goal?
Jaden Milne.
It was Jaden Milne. Look at the... Oh, that was spectacular. Well, 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 Milne with that goal. And it is 10-8, just like that. Northern are in front. And Otago really have been the better of the 2 teams, you'd have to say, for the majority of this time, but they now trail.
Nervous times too. Maybe 1, maybe 2 sets at the most with the ball here.
Hewen, they give it to Lesser. Here's Lesser. Oh, yes. Oh, he ran out of room on the sideline. Unfortunate there for Lesser. Oh.
Kelly, he's learnt from the last time when Lesser put the in and away on him. Because I think he showed in the sideline here. Lesser went to go again, but Kelly was right there to stop him.
Oh, he's quite the sight, isn't he, down the sideline, Mania Lesser. But now Northern have got the ball, Blake, and they can control the game.
They can. It'll be, well, time's still going. It'll be interesting to see how they play this set, actually. Be holding it very tight. No one-on-one steals, please. Coach, I think, will be saying.
Well, let's see if Northern can shut this down. Don't think you'll see anything particularly fancy from them. As we see that man Warmington again, who had such a big first half. 30 seconds to play. Otago have got to do something to try and get the ball back as Cook runs a nice line now. A dummy half is Milne again, the man who converted that try. That pass is wobbly. Ambitious. Now Otago have got to get the ball super quick here. They've only got 10 seconds. No scrum, remember. Now might have one play. What are they going to do? Give it to Lesser again. Surely, as we see here, the hooter. They might come back the other way. I reckon that's a good call. Coming back the other way because they'll be marking Lesser. Here's Hewen. Nice draw and pass. Otago for the win, remember. Oh, that player's a bit isolated. Still there. Nice offload from Motoane. Exciting finish to this game. Great hands from Lome Hindle. And now there might be space for Lesser out on this left flank. Oh, the pass. Couldn't find him. And Northern are going to get the win. Well, that was a great game of Nines Rugby League. Northern Swords 8-0 down. Come back to win the game by 10-8. And how good was that conversion from Jaden Milne near the sideline? Won him the game.
What a game of rugby league, eh? Just to start the day like this, the finals day. Look, great comeback from the Northern Swords. It looked like they were out what was there, a bit of...
Just trying to see what's happened here. It looks like the officials are just keeping the teams apart, but it looks like the game has finished.
And here's the conversion again. Jaden Milne. Bended it like Beckham. Look at that. Shot from Tiger Woods at the Masters. Day 4 in the red. Curved it right around on the green. That was a perfect kick. And to win the game as well. It's great as a kid, I suppose, 16 years of age to come and, you know, they haven't won too much over the last 2 days, but to come out and win that last game, awesome feeling.
So Northern gets 7th. They beat Otago 10-8. We're going to have the 5th and 6th place girls game coming up in just a moment, and that will feature Bay of Plenty against Taranaki.
This is some story right here. It's an absolute feast.
Well, the NZRL District National Nines here at Easter 2022. And we've seen 2 of the 4 games in this session completed. And we've had the 7th and 8th playoff matches. So congratulations to this team here, the Northern Swords. And this is the 16s grade we've got all action today. So all of these kids 16 years or under. And Northern beating Otago 10-8. But in the women's game earlier, we had Otago beating Waikato by 20 points to 6 to finish in 7th place. So those are the 2 games that have been completed. We now move to matches for 5th and 6th. And first up, we're going to have the girls match between Bay of Plenty and Taranaki. Bay of Plenty come into this game having won 2 of their 4 games. They beat Otago 12-4 and Waikato 10-4. Those were the 2 teams that we saw earlier. They've had losses to Wellington and Mangere East. And they were quite decisive losses as well. Taranaki, well, they've had wins over Waikato and Otago. Same 2 teams that Bay of Plenty have beaten. And they've had losses to the Northern Swords and to Canterbury. So both of these 2 teams have played once today and winning those games. Taranaki and Bay of Plenty about to go at it for 5th and 6th place in the girls' division. Here at Bruce Pullman Park in Takanini. Great day for rugby league. Unfortunately, we won't get, looks like the weather's a bit dicey for tomorrow, the 18s finals day. So, but today, just that breeze coming in from the east, Blake, but it's clear skies, nice and warm, not too hot. It's perfect for footy. It's
perfect. We are seeing it as well. They're throwing the ball around. The kids, as a kid, there's no structure or anything to the game. It's the best time to play rugby league as 16, 18-year-old. Free flowing, get to get out there with your mates and pass the ball around. So excited to see how these girls go.
Let's have a look at the Bay of Plenty team. Key players include Kira Russell, number 1. To Manawa Otoki Ate Rogers, number 3. Keep your eye to Maya Putoko, number 7. Molly Byford, number 8. And Fern Nixon, number 13. Kira Russell is the leading scorer in this team at the moment with 2 tries and 2 goals as well. So she's number 1. So that is the Bay of Plenty side. And the Taranaki team, well, key players include Cheyenne Kahui, number 1. She scored a couple of tries in the tournament. They're going to be captained by number 7, Isla Talau. And a very good player, loves rugby league, Talau. And Phoenix Fraser has got a try, as has Rangimari Riohori as well, number 8. So some key players there in the Taranaki team who are coached by Russell Hockley, and Bay of Plenty's team coached by Henare Tahuri. That is the 2 coaches of the 2 sides. So both teams, it's going to be an interesting game, this one here, Blake, because both teams have 2 wins from their 4 games, both beaten the same 2 teams. So it's going to be interesting to see who prevails, and based on what we've seen in these games so far, it's going to be a very even battle, this one.
It is, and Bay of Plenty have obviously versed the 2 teams that are in the final later on, as in the Wellington Orcas and Mangere East. So, you know, they're hardened for this match, I think. And the Taranaki girls, you know, we also said Otago and Waikato wins. So interesting to finish this day off, finish the competition off with a win.
Yeah, that's the goal for all the teams. As we have a look at this Taranaki team. Taranaki Sharks. Good to see a team from Taranaki here. And Bay of Plenty, of course, here. There's been plenty of good players coming out of Bay of Plenty recently, particularly on the men's and boys side. The Upper Central Stallions, of course, you know them well, Blake, having won the national title last year in the men's division, and they also won the under-18s as well. So some good footy players coming through for Rotorua.
Number 9 is Leah Dallinger-Moss. Number 10, Imani Dobson. 12 is Piki Huia Hockley. Number 13, Cassell Phillips. 14, Charlie Mayalama. That's for Taranaki side. 15, the Waikato Matheson Julian. That's the side for field number 1. Plenty versus Taranaki. Plenty to kick off. If we have Mulu Kete calls time on.
So it is Taranaki with the ball to start the game. Sorry, Blake, I just had to take my headphones off. I've got a confession. I was just a little bit dicey on which team was which. But Bay of Plenty are in the dark strip and Taranaki are in the gold strip. So just wanted to double check those colours, because Taranaki generally playing black and gold, of course, and Bay of Plenty, there's not much blue in their strip, is there? So, but well, the ground announcer said Bay of Plenty are in the dark strip, so we'll go with him. So this is Taranaki.
Mate, you're a professional. You are.
Well, nothing like getting the wrong, calling the players wrong, Blake. And there is a penalty, and it's like some offside play down that short side from Bay of Plenty. So Taranaki through their number 5, Phoenix Fraser. She's a big, strong girl, isn't she? Let's see if she can create some real problems here for Bay of Plenty. As we see, Matheson Julian slot in to dummy half for the Sharks. This is Talau. A good fend off coming from Talatoni. Talatoni proving very difficult to tackle. And now it is Matheson Julian again, who waits at dummy half. So good set to start the game here for Taranaki, and there is the try. And it is scored by the dummy half, the Waikato Matheson Julian. And it is 4 points to 0.
They set it up nicely, didn't they? Just big, powerful run by Talatonu. And then Matheson Julian just looked up like all great dummy halves do. Very nippy, very sharp, very witty, and just straight over.
Well, she is a defensive weapon. See, Taranaki team call her the Quiet Angel in their team. And there's the conversion attempt, and that is waved away. So still 4 points to 0. Taranaki off to a good start. Scored 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 tries in the tournament now. So they're getting over the line in their 5 games. Which is very good for them. Seem to be well organised. So the performance of these teams should increase as we go through each session. Quality of the games should be pretty good. Oh, a little nudge forward there by Bay of Plenty, and they really haven't had the ball at all in the game so far, have they?
They haven't. Now they got to defend again, and they need to stop.
Well, they need good tackling, and in there trying to effect a tackle, Aisha Putoko for Bay of Plenty. Good hands, and here comes Taranaki once again. And in there for Bay of Plenty making that tackle, Molly Byford, the meter eater, they call her. Let's see what she's like when she gets a chance to run with the ball in hand. Taranaki looking good here. This is Jayla Jones. Good pass, and here comes Fraser. Very close to the line is Phoenix Fraser. One of Matheson Julian's going to go from dummy half again. She has. Look at that. There's a double for the hooker. And it is 8-0. Taranaki rolling forward here.
They are. And Matheson Julian, look at she very sneaky. Very sneaky eyes. That she always knew what she was doing. Sold them a dummy to the left. Picked the ball up and straight through again. What was she? The quiet one in the group?
Yeah, the quiet angel.
She might be loud after the game.
Absolutely.
Get on my back, guys.
Absolutely. Now here's Talo with the conversion, the captain of this Taranaki team. Loves rugby league, Isla, and has she got the distance on that kick? No. Direction was good, but Talo can't get it. And Taranaki 8-0. 2 tries to that player there, Matheson Julian.
They look very well coached, this
They
Taranaki
do, don't they?
team.
It's a good point. Russell Hockley looks like he's got them well organised and drilled. It's a wonderful start here for Taranaki in this 5th and 6th playoff game. And Bay of Plenty haven't even had the ball yet. And that one hasn't gone the 10 metres. Interesting to see that one played at. But, oh no, you're joking. And there's a double try scorer getting the ball again. Matheson Julian. Well, Bay of Plenty can't get their hands on the ball at the moment. And here is a charging run by Talau. Was she held there? Referee says, yeah, she's going to have to go back to play it. So Aila Talau. And here's Rio Hori. Oh boy, she's going to prove hard to stop. Rangimari, Rio Hori, and now Matheson Julian's going to have a crack on the short side again. Bay of Plenty defence is very good there, that triple tackle. Almost drove that player into touch, but not quite. So Taranaki still have the ball. And Hockley's got it for Taranaki. There's Rio Hori once more. And wriggling through to score another try. Taranaki really dominating this game.
The Bay of Plenty girls, like you said, haven't had the ball. And the one time they did, they turned it over trying to offload. So, look, that's got to change. But nonetheless, Taranaki, I mean, we spoke about how well drilled they are. I thought maybe, I thought Matheson Julian would have tried to look for the hat trick. But Rio Hori, I mean, you know, she's proven hard to stop. She had that carry to set it up, and then she just went again. Too close to the line. Try almost every time. Well,
she has dreams, Rio Hori, of playing in the NRLW, and tell you what, she could do it. She's just got to put in the work and take her opportunities when they come, and that is waved away too. So 3 unconverted tries for Taranaki, and they are on the board nice in this game so far, as the try scorer is going to take a bit of a breather.
Good to see the girls' game growing. NRLW obviously expanding, so these girls have aspirations, you know, and it's good to see, you know, they're starting to choose rugby league as a sport.
So that kickoff has gone the 10, and it is Taranaki ball again. Well, they are getting a dream run in this game. Absolute dream run. That's Jones picking up the ball. Taranaki have got to, well, Bay of Plenty have got to keep them out here. I don't want to go 4 converted tries down in this first half. There's a nice jinking, jiving run from Talau again. She is a key player in this Taranaki team, you can tell that. And now here comes another big charging run. That is Dobson playing that one for Taranaki. Bay Plenty defence has got to move up here. There's a little dart from Cooper. Wipiti, 5 metres out again for Taranaki. Kahui at dummy half this time. And here is Dobson once again. Well, Talau's kick was double knock on. I reckon we might get another scrum.
Taranaki got the chance again. Talau looks like she's organising sort of the whole team. She's steering the ship around, knows when to kick, knows when to run. Very intelligent player, and it looks like off the scrum here she's going to get first crack at them.
Well, look, we've seen some 9s, and you've played in plenty of 9s. I've seen a lot of 9s over the years. Blake, I don't think I've seen an entire half where one team's had the ball before.
And it's probably going to be a first year, isn't it?
Absolutely. It's extraordinary. Well, Bay of Plenty, we've hardly had a chance to call any of their players at all in this game. So Taranaki to complete a perfect first half. That one has given Bay of Plenty an opportunity to get some ball, but there's only 20 seconds left in this first half. And what they won't want to do is cough it up. However, with only 15 seconds to go, it's important to keep their heads up here. Because if they can somehow score a try on this last play here, they might only be 6 points down. Let's see what they can cook up here, Bay of Plenty, and that is going to be tough for them. And nicely jumping on the ball was number 13, Phillips. And that will end the first half. So an untidy end to the first half. Taranaki dominating it with 3 tries. Matheson Julian getting 2. Rio Hori getting the other try, and they lead 12-0 in this girls 16s 5th-6th playoff match here at the National Nines. Well, here are the 3 tries, Blake, and 2 of them just little dive over from dummy half from Matheson Julian.
Yeah, I spoke about how witty the hookers are, and she just looked up, sold them one way, and just went the other. Very sneaky, very intelligent player.
Well, the temptation is too much at this age, isn't it? Got to get over and score a try. So that was an 8-0 scoreline, and then Rio Huri just barged over. Look at all the tacklers hanging off her.
She had a carry to set this try up, actually. About 2 plays before that was very damaging. And then she reloaded, got it again, and she said, I didn't get it first time, I'm going to get it this time.
So 3 tries-0. I'm sure Coach Russell Hockley will be telling his team, great first half, but if we can score 3 tries in one half, they can score 3 tries in the second half.
Look, I'm going to go to a little cliche and say they do have to be the first to score. They have plenty.
Yes. They do indeed. So 5th and 6th playoff is good. Let's remind you of the next match. And it's going to be between Hauraki and Manawatu. It'll be the 5th and 6th playoff game for the boys. So that will kick off in just over 9 minutes' time. And then we'll have a short break before we come back with the 3rd and 4th playoff games, and then the grand finals of the 16s division. Seeing these real crack teams. It's a very pensive looking Bay of Plenty team, isn't it? With no ball, no opportunities at all.
It's not a fun game when you don't have the ball, is it?
That is spot on. Reminding you of those results earlier today, the 7th and 8th playoff games. Congratulations to the Otago girls team, who got 7th over Waikato, 20 points to 6. And congratulations to the Northern Swords, who got 7th over Otago, and the boys, 10 points to 8. So this age group, 16s all day today, and then we get the 18s tomorrow, the older age group tomorrow on Easter Monday. So almost ready for a second half here at Bruce Pullman Park. Lots of action. Got 4 fields here in operation today as we have the 18s starting their pool play today.
They plenty get the ball first.
Well, they won't want to waste it. Hopefully they can get to the end of this set. Second half underway, and it's going to be Charlie May Lamert to get things underway. Playing rugby league for a few years. Coming through and playing for the Maris Dragons in Taranaki. She gets play underway for the team in the gold, who are leading 12-0. See if Bay of Plenty can really crank up here. Very keen to hold the ball and actually run with good energy, as we just saw Fern Nixon do there. Great run from Nixon. Fast play the ball too. Good hands. Almost had a player in the road there, but Bay of Plenty started off with a hiss and a roar here. Good defence coming in from Taranaki. Good tackle coming in there from Amani Dobson. Just slowing the play the ball down just a fraction. And now here comes a run from Putoko. Merriman at dummy half for Bay of Plenty. Good to call their names, isn't it? Here's Nixon again, who is running some excellent lines. That's her second great carry of the set. We're at the last tackle. Merriman again at dummy half. Let's see what Bay of Plenty can execute on the last play here. Here's Russell, the key player. Kick and chase from her. The bounce is critical. Russell's got it. Great try from Kira Russell. That's her 3rd of the tournament. And Bay of Plenty get the dream start to the second half.
Look, we got to that 5th tackle that we've been waiting for that whole first half, and they didn't disappoint. They did not disappoint.
Oh, great kick and chase from Kira Russell, who's nicknamed Miss Composed.
Oh, look at that. Chip and chase. Alfie Langer-like. Down straight back to her. And the most important thing is it's 12-0. They've scored under the post. to make it a 6-point game. So very important.
Well, it was excellent play by Russell. And she is a very good footballer and been told that she's one to keep her eye on. They didn't get the conversion, though, Blake. It was waved away.
Jeez,
oh, boy.
Is that me? My curse?
Yeah, I blame you this time, mate.
Well, I'll tell you what, Fern Nixon was, you know, we've got to mention her because she set that set up for them. 2 carries that were both 20 metres. Very impressive. And like you said, it's good to call some of these girls' names.
Absolutely, yes. Nixon doesn't look to be the biggest of the players out there, does she? And it was Russell who herself missed the conversion. And body language told the story there as we see a cheeky little restart that's not going to go the 10 metres. And yes, a penalty's conceded. It's probably worth taking the risk at 12-4 down.
Yeah, it is. It is. Now, but now they haven't been so good at defence and stopping Taranaki, so this is a must this set.
Well, I'm sure Russell Hockley will just want good, solid sets here from Taranaki. No real need to push the ball or the pass as Tali Tonu carries first of all for Taranaki. And now Pikihuia Hockley, double teamed. Nixon in there, one of the tacklers. Kahui at dummy half again. She's wearing the number 1. And nice straight run from Dobson again. Well coached, aren't they?
They are. You can see they're running in 2s, ball in 2 hands. Bit of misdirection and the shape as well is good.
Here's Taranaki again. This is Cooper Whippety. Hit hard though. Now, was that ball just going forward? Another penalty is being awarded to Taranaki, so a full set of 6 coming up again. Play on, Kahui. Just pausing for a moment as we see Dobson again. Cooper Whippety now. Kahui will keep it on the right-hand side as we see a charge for the line, and almost getting the ball down there was Dallinger. Very close. And the referee is not going to award a try there.
Knock on, Bay of Plenty.
Right on the line, so it's a 20, back to the 20.
Great defence. We spoke about how they needed it. And they forced a knock on from the Taranaki side. So now Bay of Plenty get the ball back, and in this game, we have plenty of time left.
Well, Bay of Plenty may be a little fortunate to get that one there. Didn't look like a knock on the replay, Blake, I've got to say. However, Bay of Plenty need luck to get back into this contest. And they look like they've got a bit more pace about them, don't they, than the way Taranaki play the game. This is Byford. Molly Byford here. See if Bay of Plenty can execute with 4.5 minutes to go. They really need to try and get a try from the set as Russell proving elusive again. Oh, the referees ruled that one to go forward, so Taranaki get a turnover. And they play on quickly too, do the Sharks. Phoenix Fraser, good robust run from her, and now Hockley. Good tackling coming in from Bay of Plenty, but the speed of the play the ball is good from Taranaki. This is Lamert, and now another penalty. Gee, Bay of Plenty's discipline has been a feature in this game.
I think Talau's got them set up to the right as well here, so a lot of space if they don't go. They don't go over and score here. I think she's, oh.
Well, Fraser was having a crack and she has lost it. That might have sealed the win there for Taranaki there, Blake.
Yeah, well, I mean, Talau's got a reason to be upset out there. She had a couple of players outside her ready for the pass. So, look, it's given Bay of Plenty another chance, and hoping they capitalise and make it a close game.
Well, they're going to have to go 70, 80 metres. Taina Korikafi with that carry for Bay of Plenty. And now here comes Milner up towards the halfway. Let's see if they can get a good roll on here. Bay of Plenty with 3 minutes to go. That one has gone backwards, says the referee, and shrugging out of the tackle was Molly Byford again. Less than 3 to go. Away goes Merriman. This is good play. Here's Russell again. All good hands, and that one's still good. Nicely kept alive by Bay of Plenty. Shadrock has lost it. That's unfortunate for Naomi Shadrock. And that might be that in this game. Although, what's happening here? Bay of Plenty have got the ball. It's play on, in fact.
I think he's called a strip from the Taranaki girls. So Bay of Plenty, another chance.
Very close to the line goes Rakaya Milner. 10 metres out. Bay of Plenty have got a score on the set here. Another penalty, yeah, you're right, Blake. A lot of penalties been awarded in this game. Now Merriman holds the ball only just. Let's see if they can execute here. Oh no, it's a play the ball, which the referee has ruled doesn't like.
I think they rolled it back and he's misjudged it for a knock on, but well, minute 36, they need the ball back in a hurry.
Yeah, Taranaki, I think they managed the game here. They just need good solid one out running to close out the victory here, Blake.
Yep, and I think Talau will be organising it around. She steered the ship so far.
Well, here she is. Might just take the carry herself. Now, Bay of Plenty, can they throw that player into touch? Leah Dellinger. Good work from Dellinger to cut back in field. Taranaki getting excited on the sideline. So too Bay of Plenty, who want one more chance, but time is going to be their big problem. There's Rio Hori. What a run from the big front rower. Fantastic effort from her. Matheson Julian back out there now. Remember, she got 2 tries in the first half. Good one-on-one tackle there. It was a cracking tackle from Rogers. But Taranaki with 30 seconds to go. Look like they might claim 5th place here in the 9s. There goes the kick. Nicely taken from Nixon. Bay of Plenty. Only 1 try in the game and no ball in the first half. It's always going to be tough for them in the second half. Byford plays it for Bay of Plenty. Milner can't squeeze through that tackle, and there is the hooter. And this is a good win for Taranaki. Their 3rd from 5 games here at the 9s, and they have grabbed 5th place in the girls 16 division. Couldn't score in the second half, but their first half effort of 3 unconverted tries sealed the win 12-4.
Tale of 2 halves, wasn't it? I suppose they could go away saying they won the second half, Bay of Plenty, but like you said, it's a first for me, it's a first for you. We've seen the team go without a ball for a whole 9 minutes of football in this 9s competition.
Well, great effort from Taranaki. So they get 5th place with that 12-4 win. Next up, we've got the 5th and 6th place match for the boys. We're going to have Manawatu up against Hauraki. That's coming next.
This is some story right here. It's an absolute feast.
We're back at Bruce Pullman. Hope you're enjoying the coverage here of the NZRL District 9's inaugural tournament here at Easter 2022 for the 16-year-olds and the 18-year-olds. And we come to our next match, which is the player for 5th place. And this one's between Hauraki and Manawatu. Hauraki, the first time they've ever had a team at a national tournament. And they're going all right too, with 2 wins from their 4 games. They've beaten Otago 14-8, beat the Northern Swords 14-4. had losses to Wellington 18-0 and Mara Saints, the Auckland club team, 30-4. So Hauraki going particularly well. Manawatu, well, they've had wins over Otago, 8-4 and Golden Point. Northern Swords 10-6. So these two teams come into this meeting having beaten the same two teams. Manawatu losing their two games to Waikato 16-6 and Canterbury 16-6 as well. So again, two evenly matched teams, and great, as we mentioned earlier, Blake, to have a team from Hauraki here, mainly full of players from Paeroa, the small town on the way to Tauranga if you're driving south from Auckland, and we've got 3 players from Whirianga who are in the team as well.
It looks a very small squad compared to the rest of the squads that we've seen today. Not too many names.
Here are the players that are featuring for Hauraki. The 3 players from Whirianga: Maitland Bevan, number 4, Kaio Fordham, the captain, number 14, and we also have John McGregor, number 7. The rest of the players all from Paeroa. Unfortunately, Rapana, we won't be seeing him. Kane Rapana, number 1, he is out with concussion. So they're down a player, Hauraki. And here is the Manawatu team. You keep your eye on several of these players. Ryder Crosswell is a player to keep your eye on, a very good prospect coming out of Danny Verk, and also plenty of players coming out of Danny Verk and Linton in particular as well. A number of these players from the Linton Cobras 16s who have all made the Manawatu team. Blackburn Kingi brothers are worth keeping your eye on too, folks, from Waitara in Taranaki, originally these players. And they've come through the Vipers system, the Mid-Central Vipers system. So Hemi and Dallas, keep your eye on them, number 14 and 2, respectively. So there's some key players in this Manawatu team. They got into this game beating Otago and Golden Point just in their last match. So the game's underway. And Manawatu receiving the ball. Hauraki in the dark blue strip. Great to have them here. And Manawatu with this first carry. Some good footballers coming out of Manawatu at the moment. We saw the under-20s last year, Central Districts team. 3 or 4 very useful prospects coming out of that region at the moment. And that's Clark Sutcliffe carrying that ball. He looks like he's got a good rugby league frame on, number 12. And here comes Manawatu moving forward. Not much speed in the play, the ball, as the kick goes from inside the 40. The breeze is in the Manawatu's face at the moment, so it's blowing kind of from right to left as we look at it on the screen. So Hauraki playing with the wind at the moment, and they're going to get a turn with the ball here, Blake.
Be interesting to see how they go, the Hauraki boys. I haven't seen much of them today, so see what they do with the ball first up. Good first set by Manawatu.
Absolutely. Makaere Waterhouse is the coach of Hauraki, and Nico Tangaroa for Manawatu. So look like they got their teams nicely drilled for what should be a good contest between these two teams. Nice shift the ball back on the inside. And coming through here, Alexander for Hauraki. Here's a run from dummy half, a pretty useful one too from Michael Micah Church. Fast play the ball, Hauraki here. Looking to utilise maybe some slack defence here from Manawatu. Now Maitland Bevan, one of the Whirianga lads in this Hauraki team. Fordham it is, the captain at dummy half. Good set of 6 coming here, nice offload. And Hauraki continue to sniping away here through John McGregor. Hauraki on the last to play here. Nice kick, but well positioned as the fullback, and I think he's in the field of play, but only just.
We asked how they were going to play, and I'll tell you what, very impressive that first set. Oh,
mistake by Manawatu, and I think Hauraki have got the first try. No, they haven't. It's a penalty for offside play. Well, that's unlucky. We saw this mistake here, but there was an infringement, so Hauraki are not going to get that score.
Looks like they were offside, too eager, Hauraki. But as I was saying, the first set, very impressive. Finished a metre out from the line. So great start by the boys.
Well, Manawatu are going to have to be on their game here.
Oh.
Well, maybe a knock-on, yes. No, another penalty for offside play. So Manawatu get back-to-back penalties here. That's going to help them. So right across ball with that kick. Right across ball, number 6. The Roosters have been sniffing around him apparently. Been told on the quiet. So they've had a look at him earlier on in the year. So he's a player to just keep your eye on as we see Clark Sutcliffe go forward. Palmerston North Boys High School student. Let's see what the Manawatu team can cook up here as they spread it out to the right. Ngatai Crib. In fact, that is Richard Schaaf with the ball, wearing number 1. And his crossball in at dummy half. Halves partner Ngatai Crib. Now, here comes Metui. Looks like a carbon copy of Moses Suli, doesn't he? From the Dragons player. Here's a great run for the line here, and the try is scored. Brilliant effort from Josiah Simons. What a great run by the number 9. And he is over to score the first try of the game.
Very fast play the ball. I think it was by Blackburn Kingy, and it just allowed Simons just to get out, show the ball, and we saw some great footwork there. Off the right foot, off the left, sold a dummy, spun around and scored. So Manawatu go up 6-0.
Well, the conversion's over from Ngatai Crib. And yes, good start for the Green Machine, who leads 6-0. Josiah Simons, who normally plays in the centres in the 13-man game, but they've asked him to be the hooker in the 9s. Another Palmerston North Boys High School student. A lot of players from Palmerston North Boys High in this team. Other schools represented, Manukura, Horowhenua College. So basically we've got a team of Manawatu players from those 3 schools. And here's an interesting kick-off. Oh, it's just been gathered by Fordham for Horaki, the captain. Nothing there for Horaki. Good handling from them. And now Ford with the ball. Dummy half Alexander. So nice work here from Colville Hardy. He's got one of the tries, and that was an ambitious pass. Now, as the referee ruled that to go forward, knows the answer. And Ezekiel Judd picks up the loose ball here. Williams Tiamawananui is out there now for Horaki. And that's a good kick. It's forcing Blackburn Kingy back. This is Dallas Blackburn Kingy. And good chase there too, Blake. 2 players right on him.
It was. I think Zion Ford's really doing a lot of direction for the Horaki. He's obviously we've seen that vital pass that went astray, but he just looked up for his winger there and put the kick in. So they're sort of on the same path as each other. It's a good sign. Now
what's hurting Horaki here though is their penalty. Their concession of penalties. That's their 3rd in the first 6 minutes. And with only 18 minutes of play in a game, it's not really going to get the job done.
Not at all.
So they've really got to stop conceding penalties, because otherwise Manawatu just have too much ball. And they get started play again here. Uri Erehe has the ball, and he's over the halfway line already. And here is Simons again, proving very difficult. There's Josiah Simons, great run, and now this might open up for Manawatu. Great pass, and here's Schaaf. Schaaf going for the corner here. Oh, there's the best try of the day so far from Manawatu. Cracking effort, Richard Schaaf.
How exciting is rugby league when it's played like that? Simons, we could tell he did used to be a centre, because look at the footwork. Look at the speed, straight out of dummy half. So we'll see the replay here. Simons gets it. Look, off the right foot again. Brushes 1, brushes 2. And what about the flick pass? Lovely flick pass. And then we have Crosswell. Oh,
that was a good pass.
Oh, great pass. And Schaaf still had a lot of work to do. A lot of work. Fins too. Points the finger to the crowd. Says, I've done it. We're across. Big lead.
Yeah, great try. Linton Cobra's player. And great effort from those Palmerston North Boys High School students. So second try to Manawatu, 10-0. They lead, and those penalties being conceded by Horaki are hurting them, aren't they?
They are. They're not doing anything wrong in attack. They're getting down there easily. They're playing well with each other. It's just those penalties, like you say. It's just inviting Manawatu down in their end, and they've capitalised twice.
Croswell with the restart. So Hauraki with less than a minute to play here in this first half. There's a good carry. Like the intent in that run. Fast play the ball too. That should have Fordham rolling forward nicely here. He's thrown himself into this Manawatu defensive line. It's a good couple of carries there from Hauraki. See what they can cook up in these last 30 seconds. Ford's got it back again. Now here's Alexander. And this is Judd. Kick and chase for Ezekiel Judd here. Oh, very close to getting the bounce there. And what is that, a try?
He's awarded it. Hey, we're going to run with it.
Well, let's see what happened here. So Judd's got the try. If it's a penalty try, we'll see if the kick taken from in front. Looked like he might have got a fingernail on it. Hard to tell.
Hey, let's not argue with the ref.
Well, that was a key score for Hauraki. So Judd. And the conversion's just away. So entertaining half of football. And Ezekiel Judd is awarded with that try. Pretty spectacular one. And it's 10 points to 4 at halftime to Manawatu. Wow, entertaining game, Blake.
It is. We said Hauraki, they're exciting with the ball. So at Manawatu, Hauraki just giving those penalties away. And as you can see here, Simons, the centre turned dummy half. Off the right, spun around and scored. And he had a hand in the next try as well for Manawatu. As we see here, off the right again, he loves off that right foot and tends to throw this flick pass straight to his 5'8" Croswell. Just delivers a dime straight out the shaft. Right on the shaft, right on the chest. Still got a lot to do. Fens 2 on his way to the try line. But Manawatu skipped to an early lead, 10-0. And as we spoke about Hauraki, with the ball, they looked threatening. And once they held onto the ball for a full set, as we've seen, I thought originally Judd, wrong option. But, mate, he backed his pace, and I'm going to give that. I'm giving that. That's a try. Well, not that it matters too much what ruling I give it, but, 10-4. And we've got an interesting game. I don't want to bring this over. I want to bring this to your attention, though. Otago Manawatu played in the Golden Point match before. Otago led 8-0 and sort of dropped off and lost that game. Now, Manawatu's come out, led 10-0. We've seen sort of the same thing. Maybe that Golden Point does affect them.
Well, exactly. And the other thing to point out here with this Hauraki team is if they can just tidy up those penalties that they conceded in the first half, they've actually, if you kind of take that aspect of their game out, it's actually been a very even contest. So it's still far from over, this one. No doubt about it. Plenty of opportunity here for this Hauraki team at Kairi Waterhouse and their team, and Manawatu's coach Nico Tangaroa in there. Remember, both these teams have won 2 of their 4 games. And for Hauraki, it's basically the Thames Valley district of New Zealand. Pretty small area of talent to choose from there. There's not a lot of population in that area, Blake. So you've got some good little prospects here. And they look like they've got some good rugby league smarts about them, this Hauraki team. So what I'm saying is don't count them out in the second half.
We did say the potential and the rugby league is going to get better as the day goes on, and we're starting to see that already, which is exciting times for New Zealand Rugby League.
100%. So Manawatu to kick off. They're going to be playing with the wind in the second half. So Ryder Croswell, highly rated 5'8". He's been playing for the New Zealand Māori Rugby League 14s team, so still only 16 years old. As I touched on earlier in the year, attended a Roosters training camp in Auckland. And was that kept in the field of play? No, Paki Parkinson the touch. He's put his flag up. So what a kickoff there for Manawatu. Perfect.
It's a great
That's
start.
Croswell.
Great start to the second half for them. He's lined that up. He knew exactly what he was doing too.
He got a good bounce too. Gee, that was 50-50 as they've been kept in there. But anyway, Manawatu have got the ball, and here's Simons again creating an opportunity. Good try-saving tackle there on Urehi for Manawatu. Simons from dummy half again. Oh, that's a lost ball, and that's been just spilled forward by Lush. And Trey Lush gives Hodaki back the ball.
Simons looking damaging again.
Great job there, Johnny Lidgett. Great job out in the middle.
Well, Hodaki in the wrong end of the field. Let's see if they can affect a good return of the football here. There's a good charge by Church there to start things off for Hodaki. Fordham, nicely gathered by Tremaine Doak. I want to get through the set without making a mistake. Now Judd, who got that try in the first half, plenty of green traffic in front of him, but they keep the ball alive nicely, Hodaki, don't they? Look at that, the support play is outstanding. Yeah, it's play on there. There was no knock on there. And now McGregor, lanky back rower, up near the halfway. It's a good set coming in here from Hodaki. They might have wanted a bit more distance on that kick, but they've got the error. And I think that was Lush once again coughing the ball up.
Look, we're starting to see Croswell take control of this Manawatu side, and then we also see Ford get a lot of touches and direction around from the Hodaki district. So, I mean, he's going to have a hand in this set here. Hopefully another try and get it back 10-all.
Here goes McGregor again. Plenty of heart about the way he plays. Here's Ford, the man you just mentioned. Now Fordham sees some space behind the ruck. Well, big play coming up here for Hodaki. If they can score here, it'll be certainly game on. Now, has that gone forward? Surely it has, and it's been turned over anyway. Manawatu have got it. Dallas Kingi, Blackburn Kingi's got it. And now away goes Rimene for Manawatu. So Hodaki just getting close there, Blake, but not quite close enough.
No, they're starting. It's very inviting when you see those gaps.
Oh, is that man Simons again? He is creating havoc. He's on his lonesome, though, but what a run. Oh, and he's hurt himself. Looks like his left knee. Oh, dear.
Oh, they're trying.
Maybe a hammy or something, but anyway, play on. He got back to his feet courageously there as Hirini goes forward now for Manawatu. Blackburn Kingi might have a dart from dummy half here. Dallas Blackburn Kingi. Offloads, lovely hands from Croswell, and here's a chance for another try for Manawatu, and I think he's there, Joseph Ratcliffe. Well, some superb play in the lead up to that from Ryder Croswell, and Ratcliffe benefits by getting 4 more for Manawatu.
As we've seen, this is Blackburn Kingi going across field, darting back, powerful run, and just that second phase play. Look at that offload, great hands, Croswell, to pick up, get the contact and still have the awareness to, you got a man outside you. Great offload, and Ratcliffe gets the chocolates at the end.
Well, some great work there for Dallas Blackburn Kingi, quite an experienced player for his age. Mid-Central Vipers won the 16s last year, and he was part of that winning team. So a useful prospect in there is Ratcliffe, the try scorer. Plays for Outcast Mana, and he's only turned 15 years old, just turned 15. Again, goes to Palmerston North Boys High School. So try when unconverted, 14-4. 4.5 to go, which means Hodaki need 2 converted tries, Blake.
Yep. I think, and Simons, who we saw has been electric so far, created another opportunity, I think, has left the field.
And that was a tough take off the kickoff.
Inviting them again.
So Manawatu with more possession. And now Ratcliffe, the try scorer, takes the ball down to the 10-metre line. Dallas Blackburn Kingi's had a good game in this one. And now Clark Sutcliffe playing prop in this game. Tailoa, and now Croswell again sets up another score. Ratcliffe not scoring that one, but Croswell's starting to have a major influence. Dallas Blackburn Kingi's gone over to score. Manawatu in total control now.
You saw the smarts at Croswell. Now, smart half, he just looked straight up, positioned himself on the left side of the field, the blind side, and realised he had 3 on 2. caught the ball on the out ball, and great vision to catch and pass to the winger Blackburn Kingy. And they've gone to a lead that might be a bit hard to get back now.
Well, Ryder Croswell with this conversion attempt as well. Doesn't time that one at all, but he's had a major influence on the game. He's Simons, Blackburn Kingy, 3 key players for Manawatu to get them out to 20 points to 4 now. And kicking on nicely from that golden point win over Otago in the previous round.
Thanks for mentioning that.
No problem. Always here to help. Can't accuse me of being selfish, folks. There's the kickoff from Croswell again. The Hauraki, not things going their way at all in the second half. But they've been playing with a good attitude all the way through the tournament, and there is a penalty this time for them. So while the game's probably beyond them, and now definitely will be with them not finding touch with that kick at all. And there's Blackburn Kingy returning the football here, and wow, proving very difficult to tackle. Manawatu through Croswell has had the ball on a string in this game. Now he cuts out 2 men and brings in Shafe again, who got that spectacular try in the first half, but Shafe can't stay in the field of play.
Looked promising for a little bit there. Croswell going crossfield and finding Shafe again, similar to what we saw in the first half, but didn't quite turn out how I think they wanted it to.
Well, not to be for Hauraki in this game, so it looks like Manawatu are going to get 5th place. We're just over 90 seconds to play in this 16s boys 9s playoff game. This is the last game of the session. And this afternoon, folks, we'll have top 4 teams from the girls and the boys teams in action, competing for the title. There's a good tackle there on Hirama Gage, who plays the ball now for Hauraki. Pretty keen defence now. Croswell's in there making a tackle this time. Hauraki, can they finish the game with a try, scoring just the 1 in the game so far? And that was to Judd, of course. Now the bounce could be critical here. Ooh, Blackburn Kingy's dropped the ball, and I think there might be knock-ons both ways. A little unlucky there. Number 7, John McGregor.
Great chase, and they got the reward. We're going to have a scrum with Hauraki ball, so they're trying to get the rush on.
Well, only 5 needed to stop the clock, but I don't think the clock stops in 9s anyway. So they might get 1, possibly 2 plays here to score their second try. And Manawatu in absolutely no hurry whatsoever. So forward feeds to scrum. Maybe one last play here for McGregor, who's been one of the best in the Hauraki team. There goes the hooter. Last play now of the game. And there's a chance. Getting close. Good tackle coming in on Hardy. Penalty's been given. McGregor is going to go for one last crack for Hauraki. Bit messy to end the game, but it will result in a Manawatu win. So Manawatu get the win, their 3rd of this tournament from 5 games, and they're delighted as well. And they comfortably win this game to seal 5th place in the boys 16s with a 20 points to 4 win over Manawatu, over Hauraki rather. And that's a nice nice sign there with an injured player getting help from the opposition, Blake.
Yeah, it is. The Manawatu boys have got Zion forward and help carrying him off.
So there we are, folks. That is a wrap on the first session of action here at the 9s for the 16s. Congratulations to all the winning teams. Manawatu and Taranaki. That sealed 5th place in the boys and girls respectively. And then in the 7th and 8th playoff games, congratulations to Otago in the girls and to the Northern Swords in the boys. We'll be back at 12:25, folks. So in 25 minutes for the 3rd and 4th playoff games in the girls and boys, and then we'll build to the big finals coming up a little bit later on this afternoon. Thanks for watching. For the meantime, we'll see you back here at Bruce Pullman Park in 25 minutes. Back to Bruce Pullman Park again, folks. This is the NZRL National District 9s tournament for 2022, the inaugural tournament that we've had, and it's been played over 2 days, in fact 3 days of play here at Bruce Pullman Park in Takanini in South Auckland. And we are now reaching the playoff games for 3rd and 4th, 1st and 2nd in the 16s division for both girls and boys. So the 4 games in this session will feature the 3rd and 4th place playoffs. The girls first. That game will be played between Northern Swords and Canterbury. It's going to kick off in just a few minutes. And here is the Canterbury lineup for the side. Plenty of good talent here. Just the 2 wins and 2 losses for Canterbury. Lost to Mangere East by 8 points to 0 in that semi-final. Leilani Muamua. Keep your eye on her. She is number 6. She scored a try in 3 of the 4 games. Kaishana Rapana Phillips, too, is a player to keep your eye on, and she is wearing number 14. The team is captained, coached by Tyrone Rapana, and this is this Canterbury team, a well-drilled side. Northern Swords, well, they went through pool play unbeaten, winning all 3 of their games, including a win over Canterbury by 10 points to 6. So this is the second time these two have met. They did lose to Wellington 14-0 in their semi-final. Key players in their team include Nikki Lee Tuparu, number 5. She's a very good player. Maria Faulkner-Luke is a try-scoring, goal-kicking player as well. She's number 6. And Michaela Stoltz has scored plenty of tries in this tournament as well, 3 in the 4 games that they've played. But they couldn't score in their semi-final. Mike King, their coach, will I'm sure be hoping to rectify that in this 3rd and 4th playoff match. So that is the first of the 4 games. After this one, we're going to have the 3rd and 4th playoff match in the boys division with Wellington playing Marist Saints from Auckland. And then we'll have the 2 grand finals. In the girls, it's Wellington against Mangere East and Canterbury playing Waikato in the boys' final. So Blake Ashford with me, and this should be a terrific 4 matches coming up, Blake. We've got the 4 best teams out there, and we've got a nice matchup in this first game between 2 teams that have played each other earlier on in the tournament. Yeah, very familiar with each other. Canterbury be trying to get that result back, I think. They know how the Swords play now, you know. You wouldn't have seen them too often, so now they've got that little familiarity. Let's see how they go this game. Yeah, some good players scattered amongst these 2 sides. I touched on some of them before, but Leilani Muamua from Canterbury, 4th year playing rugby league. She's already played for her country, Samoa, in the 2021 Pacific Cup. She has 3 tries from the 4 games, so keep your eye on her. Apparently she's very talented. Muamua wearing 6 for Canterbury, and plenty of talent too coming out of the north in this division as well. We've got 2 sisters out there, Hebden Salasi sisters, Mia and Kalani, both Whangarei Girls High School. And again, going through the list here from the Northern Swords, Whangarei Girls, Kiri, Dargaville, There is Bay of Islands College rep in there too. Northland College, that's way up in Kaitaia. So there's a real spread of players from all over the region in this team that have gathered and doing pretty well, winning 3 of their 4 games.
As you can see, the music's blasting out there. The girls are having a bit of fun before kickoff and a little dance. So that's good to see. Both teams relaxed, ready to show their best.
We're not too far away from kickoff. So yes, 3rd and 4th place starting in just a moment. And then we'll move to the boys. Just a quick word on that. Mangere Saints, the Auckland team, beaten by Waikato in the semi-finals, and that's raised some eyebrows around the Bruce Pullman Park here today. Mangere Saints have got 4 or 5 players already signed by NRL clubs in their lineup, and Waikato beat them.
It's a different game than Nines, isn't it? Like I said, a lot more space, a lot less structure, so maybe it didn't suit those NRL-affiliated players so much, but it's exciting times because it just opens up that any team can do anything in any game.
Well, we've been told Marist were down a couple of players in that game. I think they've lost a couple to injury, so they were down on trips, only had 11 players fit for that game. So, yeah, interesting times. We're looking for that. Waikato team must be pretty decent, though. So we're looking forward to seeing those teams in action as these 2 teams go through their final instructions with kickoff pending just a minute or so. So out come Canterbury. Wins over Waikato 10-0. That loss to the Northern Swords in pool play 10-6. Then they returned with a win over Taranaki 12-8. And they lost to Mangere East 8-0. So a good defensive team, Canterbury, it appears. Northern Swords look like they've got some firepower, some scoring in them. They beat Taranaki 20-6. Canterbury 10-6 in that game, as I touched on. They beat Waikato 26-8 and lost to Wellington 14-0. So they scored a lot of points in pool play, but their scoring absolutely deserted them in that semi-final, getting the donut. So let's see if the Northern Swords can get things back on track to claim 3rd place in the 16s girls division. I'm sure Canterbury will have something to say about that, though, as we get set to kick off here. 9 minutes of play per half. And straight away, a very challenging kickoff there for the Northern Swords to deal with. And Tapuro and gives it to Croft Hanger to set up the first play here for Northland, or the Northern Swords. Good tackle coming in there from Kyra Lee Westland, number 10 there for Canterbury. Northern Swords just happy to pace themselves early in this first set as we see Croft Hanger again come up towards the halfway line. Got some big, powerful ball runners, it appears, in this Northern Sword side. Now they're looking to up the intensity a little bit, and out it goes to McCarthy. This is Alia McCarthy. Kitty High School, although she's moving to Mount Albert Grammar in Auckland after these school holidays. And now here comes Croft Hanger again, and that was just a little bit uncalled for, I guess, with the Northern Swords turning over the ball there with Hey unable to control it. So Canterbury will get their first set here. Tamari Wiley playing the ball now. Number 9, there she goes. A penalty for high contact, or contact drifting up towards the head. Referees don't need any encouragement to blow the whistle on that these days, Blake.
Please don't get me started.
So Canterbury, here comes Tuilo. Finished off nice and strongly there by number 4 for the Northern Swords. That's McCarthy again. And here's her opposite number, Jaslyn Lioto, who's actually Canterbury's captain. Away she goes. Canterbury looking to just control it, not too much energy at the moment as they look to just maybe set up the first 3 or 4 tackles and spread it. Almost intercepted there. That will restart the tackle count, Blake.
It will. It's very enticing play from Canterbury. A lot of options, coming under, throwing it long. So it's keeping Northern Swords on their feet.
Westland. Northern Swords happy to just slow the ball down there. Both teams' defences have been pretty good, and that was a little sloppy at the play the ball, so an error coming out of Olive Connolly there for Canterbury.
Maybe a bit nervous from both teams to start. They both had a set each, both an error as well. So they've looked exciting in attack and looked to shift it, but obviously they just got to limit those errors.
Good tackle from Connolly. As Northern Swords blow one there on their own, down their own end of the field. And now they come away again through Madison Wills. Ball from Muamua. And now Hona is taken strongly there. Good tackle coming in from Faulkner, or rather from Muamua for Canterbury. Oh boy, that was a great hit up, proving the value of the middle forward. What a great hit there. Canterbury get back in their defensive line as the kick goes downfield, and that is bounced inside the field of play. So, guess the good outcome there for the Northern Swords. They get some field position.
Crofts-Taonga, very dangerous at the ball. I think that's her third or fourth hit up as well, just to start the game through 2 sets. So she's lifted that work rate and really trying to get them going forward.
Love her attitude too, Crofts-Taonga. She says, I want to be better than I was yesterday. Now Rapana Phillips for Canterbury. And here goes Madison Wills. Just a one-off run. Nothing flash really, or too adventurous from any of these two teams.
Saw a mousetrap.
That's
right. I haven't seen that in many years.
Didn't fool the Northern Swords defence though, did it? As I said, not too much adventure from either of these two teams yet in these first 5 minutes. The tackle right around the bootlaces there from Hey from the Northern Swords. Now there's a bit of action, and this is the player to keep your eye on, Muamua. Whoa, almost looking for Connolly there, couldn't find her.
She looked very good there with the ball in 2 hands, slipped straight through to the defence. Just the pass didn't go where she wanted it. Very unlucky though, and a great opportunity.
So Connolly not square at the marker there, and she gives away the penalty, and away comes the Northern Swords again through Tapuro. Nikki Lee Tapuro. One of the Takura schools up in Kaihokohe, and now they keep it going. Northern Swords as we get Patricia Hey once again. She's from Dargaville. Just a couple of players out on the left. Plenty of numbers there for the Canterbury team to mark up on here as we see Hinimoa Messent trying to shrug off a couple of Cantabrians, but she can't do so. There's Faulkner Luke. Just working away solidly, aren't they? The Northern Swords again. Not too adventurous. Both defence-orientated teams, it appears. Whoops, that's been stone cold dropped here. Northern Swords have got it. Now, if they can get to their feet quickly and play the ball here, this could be on for them, as the Canterbury defence might be a little bit broken. Tapudo. Stoltz awaits at dummy half. She's going to have a crack from dummy half, Michaela Stoltz. Trying to rug free or shrug free out of Westland's tackle. And now here comes Hey again.
Love to see the shift out here to McCarthy if we could. Looks damaging.
She does indeed. They stay on that right flank though, and it's been dropped over the line there by Mia Hepton-Salasi. And that's going to be Canterbury ball.
Plenty of opportunities for both teams. It's just going to be whoever holds on to it, isn't it? Both creating opportunities. We've almost seen a try there by the Northern Swords. And Muamua, there's been damaging for Canterbury. So let's see getting them come out of this set.
Stoltz has scored 3 tries in the tournament so far for the Swords. She's their leading try scorer. He's got a couple as well. We'll see if they can get cranking here as Canterbury come away again through Rapana Phillips. And now Connolly, she's lost it again. But there's a penalty there against Northern Swords. Rapana Phillips, look at the acres of space there. She gobbled up a good 15 metres there. In fact, that was Tuilo. Tisha Tuilo it is. And now here comes Muamua. Muamua looks to cut out a couple of players, and unfortunately Leah Stewart couldn't carry or catch the ball there.
Very unfortunate. The ball was a pinpoint perfect ball, wasn't it, from Muamua? I think maybe she looked at the try line and run it under the post before she caught it, but very unlucky. Like I said, creating opportunities again, both sides. It's a very tight game.
Yeah, they look very, very evenly matched. As we see, let's finish off there by Vaila Umanga, who's from Ashburton. She's wearing 15 for Canterbury. Tufanga Moon it is. Playing the ball there for the Northern Swords. So inside that last minute now of the first half, and more penalties coming. Referee again going against Canterbury for a tackle that drifted up around the head. Nothing really in it, but under the rules, Hey has lost it. And another error gives Canterbury the ball again. 20 seconds left in this first half. Well, can Canterbury score from this last play of the first half? Not to be. And that's going to do it for the first half. So it's absolute deadlocked here. And very close game. No real opportunities for either team to score either. 0-0 at halftime. Are we playing a game of football here, Blake?
That was a very fast half. Oh, 0-0. I mean, hey, it was only 10-6 last game, wasn't it? So we knew we were going to get one of these games. I mean, there's been 2 or 3 chances where they can score, and it's just that last pass or that last drop, just as they're going for the try. So, hey, could be 20-20 in this next half. We just never know. But, look, some exciting young talent out there, and hopefully the second half provides some tries.
Well, for fitness could come into play here too. Remember, this is the 5th game that these two teams have played over the past, just over 24 hours. So it's pretty hard yards for these players. Rapana and Mike King there, the coaches, drilling their teams. Asking for 9 more minutes of hard yards, Blake.
Yep. And it is a big difference, 3rd and 4th. Yeah, hey, it's you go to the Olympics, you get that bronze medal.
Yes, you do. Don't forget, in approximately 10 minutes, maybe a bit longer, we'll have the 3rd and 4th playoff game in the 16s boys competition. It's going to be played between Wellington and Marist Saints, the club representing the Auckland team, or the Auckland region rather. And then we'll get the 2 big finals coming up between Wellington and Mangere East, again representing the Auckland region in this age group. And the girls in Canterbury playing Waikato in the boys. The age group is the 16s, and we'll be back here at Bruce Pullman tomorrow for the 18s competition. So still plenty of good 9s rugby league coming over the next day or so. But of primary importance now is what happens in this last half of this game here. The 3rd and 4th in the girls. 16s age division between Northern Swords and Canterbury. 0-0 at halftime. You just get the feeling if one team can hold the ball here, Blake, and complete a set, get down on the opposition goal line, that might be all that is written in this game.
Oh, yeah, quite possibly. I mean, and we've already highlighted the girls that can do that from both sides. We've obviously said, Muamua, the 6 for Canterbury, is every time she's touched the ball, hasn't she created an opportunity? So looking for her big in the second half. And for me, Tufanga Moon, who is playing half for the Northern Swords, seems to really get a hand on the ball a lot of times during the set. So if she can link up with McCarthy out in that left edge, I think they might get a try or 2.
So Northern Swords kick off. They've got the wind behind them in the second half. And straight away comes number 14, Keishana Rapana Phillips. Now here comes Leota, the captain for Canterbury. Oh, squeezing between a couple of defenders there. Some good footwork by Jaslyn Leota. And another penalty. Referee is giving plenty of penalties in this game. And here is a great run from Connolly.
shift up to the left-hand side.
Here comes Muamua. Here's a 2-on-1 overlap. And the try is scored in the corner by Tiarara Hona. And it is Canterbury that take the lead. And a very nice couple of plays there. One from Connolly. It set up the opportunity out wide, Blake.
It did. It was a great carry, great play of the ball. And then the people we spoke about, Muamua got that ball, went fast into the defensive line. Passed obviously there to Tualau, and nice touch onto the winger for the try. Well,
it's Tiararua Hona who gets the try. Avonside Girls High School is her school, and it's just her second year playing rugby league, and now she's got a try on TV, so good on her. And it could be a critical play in the game. Tough conversion attempt coming up here. Into the wind as well. And that is going to keep the score at 4-0.
So we went 9 minutes with no tries. And in the first set of the second half, we've been gifted a try. It looks promising.
It does.
I don't want to jinx it.
You want to be 20 all, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, but call that one 20 all. That could be 10 tries in the second half, Blake. Here comes Keishana Rapana Phillips to restart play. Let's see how the Northern Swords react to this as Patricia Hey starts the play now. Croft Hainga again. Look at that 3-person tackle. Now that's a strip, surely. Yes, referee is going to say here is a penalty for Northland. I think she shapes as a key player in the second half too. If Croft Hainga's output can be continued over these next 6 minutes, she's going to provide opportunities for them.
She sure is. And Tuvangai Moon, look, I'd love to just see her get this ball here and just take control of this set, as she does right there.
Absolutely. But she's double tackled nicely again by Canterbury. You put her on her backside. And now Hebden Salesi. And here is Croft Hainga once again. Phillips, in fact, and there's a lost ball, and that is going to be turned over. Yes, Salem Phillips, there she is there, number 10, key player for Northern Swords as well, but those errors are starting to hurt them a little. So here comes Canterbury again. Good, strong run-off running again by Rapana Phillips. And now Vainga Umanga. On their own 40 and more penalty action. Here's Connolly. Connolly right on the halfway line. So the dumber half is Dwayne that time. And now Rapana Phillips. Good work rate on her.
She's had a couple of good carries, hasn't she? She always beats that first defender. Puts them on the front foot.
Let's see what they can cook up here. Oh, it's a great little show and go there. And this is Westland. Oh, Westland is going to score a brilliant try. That's outstanding.
That's great rugby league. Westland's had the ball. She's carried it 2 hands. And as we'll see on the replay, she's had players coming under. She's had players coming out. The defenders didn't know who to mark. And she's just sliced straight through to the defence, as we see here. Carried it, showed under, or waiting for someone. And then look, the danger person out there in Westland. Straight through, sliced through the gap, and had a lot of work to do.
Oh.
Don't worry about the sidestep. I think she sidestepped left, sidestepped right, and then just went straight over top. And as we see after this, she has a little lie down and a little nap after. Great run.
Well, Kyra Lee Westland, second try of the tournament for her, and that is converted as well. So that is a very nice margin now for Canterbury, 10 points to 0. Westland goes to Hornby High School, and it was converted by Westland as well, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
Yes, so Westland gets the goals, their own try as well. On the 10, so that's going to come back to the halfway for a penalty from the Northern Swords. And now time's against them, Blake, with only 3 minutes to play.
Still plenty of time, I think, in the 9s. It just depends what they do, isn't it? With defence like that, it's going to be very hard to score some tries.
That was Taputo being put on her backside in very effective fashion. Hey.
We've seen another penalty.
This referee is awarding a lot of penalties
He is.
in this game. Here comes Hey.
I think he wants to see a tight game like us.
Indeed. And now what's he ruled? A lost ball by Northern Swords, so a turnover, and Canterbury have got the ball back. And this is Muamua. There's a tackle drifting up a little highish from Tufanga Moon, but no penalty this time. And now the referee's ruled a slight untidy play of the ball, so it's more possession back to the team in blue. Can they capitalise?
They're moving fast. Want to get rolling here.
Fungi Moon it is. They've got to score really from the set, don't they?
They do. See how they set it up. Fungi Moon's back on as well, so I think she'll play a part in the try here, hopefully.
Faulkner Luke gets a penalty again. And now it's Croft Hayinga who's back out there. Passes the ball this time to Hey. Can't get quite through. Well, it's got to be now or never for the Northern Swords, and unfortunately Hay's got an injury. Oh, Hay's got to get that injury sorted.
This close to the line, you'd think Croft Tainga, she's been dangerous.
Yeah.
Very hard to stop in that open field. I mean, maybe 10 out would be good to see.
Can't see Phillips. Can't see Phillips on the field at the moment. She's been their other big powerhouse middle forward. So, what's the referee ruling here? See, Will Canterbury have got the ball now. Yes, they have. Well, can't figure that one out as we see Tuilo come away with a very good run there for Canterbury. Muamua shifts the ball on. And this is good play from Canterbury, doing what they need to do. Nice offload there. Muamua again keeps the ball alive beautifully. And this is good play to Marty Wiley right up on the halfway. That's a good 30-metre gain there for Canterbury. Some good team rugby league on that occasion as Connolly just goes from dummy half. Right around the bootlaces. Hey has recovered from that knock. But Canterbury got a nice roll on here as here they charge up again through Vailea Umanga. And Connolly has got another penalty out of the referee, and now she's lost it. So a little untidy there. But time really against the Northern Swords now.
It is. Got to go 80 metres here.
Just to get on the scoreboard. So Northern Swords, after scoring over 50 points in their 3 games in pool play, could end day 2 with no points at all. 2 donuts in a row.
And that's the way it looks. I think the referee's ruled a forward pass here, so we might see the end of the game with Canterbury.
Yes, indeed. So no rush here for Canterbury as the wind really starts to pick up here at Bruce Pullman Park. Here is a charge as we get close to the end of the game now. Vailu Umanga. Now that's Rapana Phillips. Now it comes to Muamua. Canterbury trying to finish with a try. And not to be for Stewart. Play continues. And that's getting close. There is Jaslyn Leota. And Rapana Phillips. Out to Muamua. Muamua's got 2 players unmarked, but she wants a try, and she's going to finish with a try. So a very good second half for Canterbury. And Muamua gets her 4th try of the tournament. And that ices the game nicely.
It does. Look, they look, a lot of them look promising and all wanted to try. It looks like by the start of that set, and a lot of those players got close. But in the end, a bit of second phase play out to Muamua, who had option on the outside but decided to take it herself and capped off a great tournament for herself.
She's had a great tournament, and celebration for Canterbury. They're going to finish third in this competition, and they've shut out the Northern Swords. And Rapana Phillips is going to take this conversion. Going to slide away in the wind. So there we are, the full-time score. It is Canterbury 14, the Northern Swords 0. And congratulations to Canterbury girls 16s team. They've claimed third place in this tournament. Stand by, we'll be back for the boys' third and fourth game in just a moment, which will feature Wellington up against the Marist Saints Club team representing Auckland.
This is some story right here. It's an absolute feast.
Watching the District 9's national tournament for 2022. Marist Saints and Wellington Orcas about to go to battle in the third and fourth place playoff game for the boys in the 16s. But, Canterbury still lapping up there. Third place in the girls competition, shutting out Northern by 14 points to 0. And reminding you too that the finals are coming up soon. We'll have Wellington playing Mangere East, who are representing Auckland in the girls' final, and Canterbury playing Waikato in the boys' final. So that's where we are, and here is this Wellington boys team losing to Canterbury. Very close game in that semi-final, 14 points to 12. They went down, and yesterday they lost to Marist Saints 18-4, but beat Hodaki 18-0 and Otago 14-10. So their opponents today, Marist Saints. These two teams have actually, again, played each other in pool play. Marist Saints winning that 18 points to 4. They had good wins over Otago and Hodaki, but they were tipped up in that semi-final to Waikato by 14 points to 8. And that has probably been the most surprising result of the tournament, Blake.
It has been, you know, tipped by many around here to give it a real shake, or if not take out that under-16s competition, and now we see them in the play for third and fourth.
Now Kili Samasi, number 1, he signed with the Sydney Roosters. Ezekiel Tavita, number 5, is already signed at the Brisbane Broncos. Ryder Williams, the captain, number 7, already signed at the Gold Coast Titans. Austin Masters, number 9, as we see the team vanish, already signed with the Warriors. So too to Te Paura Winera, number 15, who's also signed by the Warriors. So that's the talent in that Marist Saints team. And Wellington Orcas, here is their side, but don't be fooled by perhaps none of their players being signed in NRL teams. There are some very fine athletes in this side. Keep your eye on Solomona Vaca. He has scored 4 tries in the tournament so far. Another player to keep your eye on too is Sila Fa'avai. He has also been over the try line on more than one occasion as well. So there is some talent in this Wellington Orcas team. These two have met in pool play yesterday. Marist winning by 18 points to 4.
Interested to see Solomona Vaca from the Wellington Orcas, as I can see the nickname Tom and Torpedo.
Yeah, look out for him. Look out for him as we see Marist kick off. So this is for third and fourth. So Wellington against the Marist Saints team. And straight away, Wellington look like they're here to win. And let's have a look here at number 13. for Wellington. Now, there goes Paiti out from dummy half. Some good tackling coming in. And now, this is Burns. A good urgent start here for the Wellington Orcas as we see Fa'avai take it up towards the halfway. Bit of show and go coming here from Sila Fa'avai. And a penalty goes against number 19 there, Taylor Elu for Marist Saints. So more possession coming up here for Wellington. High tackle, and there's a coach killer, isn't it, Blake? As you know, a penalty late in the count.
Oh, it is. It is. I think they were getting set up for a kick as well, Wellington. So, look, they've got another set of 6 in Marist's half. Let's see what they do with it here.
Tuariki it was with that carry. Oh, good strong hit there. Good tackle coming in from Marist Saints' Joey Upuko. Play on is the call. And now here comes number 22, Noah Kalolo for Wellington, looking for the offload, and he's got it away too. Nice play there from Fupuliai, and he's only going to be taken a couple of metres out here. Slotting into dummy half is Paiti. Wellington right on attack here. Now we're just going to barge over. Has he got it down? Surely he has. Nico Matuiariki. And the try has been scored. He is a huge lad for 16, isn't he? Rongotai College from the St George Club in Wellington.
Matuiariki, flat-footed really, but look, they didn't move up off their line, did they, Marist Saints? And he's just too big and powerful that close to the line if you're just going to stand on your line. Boom, straight over, pick the player out. He's too big. He's always getting that down. Good start by him as well, Matuiariki. Yeah. He's had about 3 or 4 carries to start the game. So Wellington back-to-back sets and Marist yet to touch the ball.
Well, exactly. And again, possession is critical in this game. So the try unconverted. Matuiariki gives Wellington the lead by 4 points to 0. Players, I look through their team here, scattered from all over the region. There's some St Patrick's Town students, Wainuiamata, Tawa College, St Pat's Silverstream in there as well, and Rongotai College, as we touched on as well. Scots College also have a player in there too, so a good spread of talent coming through the Wellington region, always producing good rugby and rugby league talent, and now a kick out on the full. That's going to hurt them.
Talked about the coach killer's penalty late in the count. That's another one there. Going out on the full off the kickoff, and Marist start their set on the 50-metre line.
So here's Ryder Williams. Interesting player, Ryder Williams. I told earlier he's signed with the Gold Coast Titans. He's actually finishing at Mount Albert Grammar, or has finished, and is moving to Kibra Park, one of the big rugby league schools in Australia. This man here with the ball, number 7. So plenty of good talent coming out of Kibra Park. Benji Marshall springs to bell mind right away. And now we have Atapana Sua. It is carrying the ball. He goes to St Paul's College. Here is Williams here. Now they look good shape here to Joey Upuko. Marist Saints got plenty of points in them. As Williams, nice play there. Positioned himself beautifully, and that's good rugby league right there. Going over to score the try, Tyrone Hurt-Pickering from Mount Albert Grammar. And it is 4-all, and that looked good, Blake.
That looked amazing. Like, you look at the skill they had to set this up, and it's not just a run over, barge over. We had a person running a line decoy, but the hands. The hand from Tavali, just there, quick hands to the winger, and it was a great try. Look, good skill. You could tell they play together, and as we see, the conversion missed, but look, we are in for a good one, aren't we?
Exactly. I like the way Williams stand nice and flat off the dummy half pass there too. Really gave the attack some urgency. 4-all is the score. Good game unfolding here. We've got the Wellington Orcas, powerful. Big ball runners up the middle, and then we've got that real slick rugby league kind of play from the Marist Saints team. Yeah.
They do look like they've been in a system, as you said. A lot of them are signed to NRL clubs, and you can tell that immediately from Ryder Williams, can't you?
You can indeed. But what's really always really cool about doing these tournaments, I reckon, Blake, is to seeing, in 3 or 4 years, where these players are going to be. What can they make of their careers and the opportunities that the NRL clubs are going to give them? And this is Winitana Patialisio, who's returned a good run there of 20 metres for Wellington. Fepuliai it is for the Orcas. And now here's a good charge into the line from Kalolo, number 22. 3 or 4 huge players in this Wellington Orcas team as we see Burns try and create something up the middle. But they're well and truly wrapping up. Li'alai Tangamoa, the captain of this Wellington team, number 7. There's Burns looking to bring Fa'avai into the game again. Been over the try-scoring stripe a few times. Haven't really seen too much of Solomone Vaka, their leading try-scorer in the game, number 11 so far. And that bounce could be kind for Wellington. Oh, good chase. Really good chase from Hurt Pickering, the try-scorer.
Another good set from the Orcas. Definitely here to play and want this 3rd position.
Well, they made 80 metres quite comfortably there. Good stuff there from Hurt Pickering, though, Tyrone Hurt Pickering. Now they have to go on 2 defence as Paiti makes that tackle for Wellington. Williams at dummy half. And this is Sua. All of these players played in the Sean Johnson Cup recently for Auckland North and the Mara Saints. Of course, that was decided just a couple of weeks ago. And now we have Sua again, who's carrying the ball here. 2nd carry in a row for Atapana Sua. Elu at dummy half, and there's the kick from Ryder Williams, who's the captain of this team too, and he's found some good space there. And almost gathered by Hurt Pickering, but in the end, the touchy's got his flag up, so it wouldn't have been a try anyway, Blake.
That was some great skill. And Hurt Pickering didn't give up. He knew what was on. And as you've seen, Ryder Williams, like it wasn't the last tackle, but he's decided to kick early, turn the Orcas around. He probably thinks that they're fitter, the Mara Saints, and Hurt Pickering. Very unlucky. Great pickup. Just put a foot on the line.
Well, we must mention Mara Saints are just down a couple of players at the moment. They've lost Demetrius Kilisimasi, who's out with an injury. That's a real blow. And now Mara Saints coming forward again through Namir Tafai, who made that tackle. Wellington in possession. He was a big man on a small man there. Small man did really well there, though, Blake. Good tackle coming in from our man Hurt Pickering again. On number 5 there for Wellington, that's Tui. Fa'avai, good pass. And now here's a chance for Fa'avai. It's a forward pass, though.
Unlucky. They're causing some problems for the Mara Saints going side to side. It's not the conventional take a hit up or set a side up and then shift. They're going one side to the other and really moving Maris around. It's causing some trouble.
Well, that was a shame because number 2, Sila Fa'avai and Setu Fa'avai, number 18, they're twins, and they were linking up there for Wellington on that left edge. Bit of backyard footy growing up.
It would have been good for the parents.
It would have been. Coming through now for Marist. Here is Kanan Mangere. What a run there. How many post meters or post contact meters has he made there? 15 seconds left in the first half. This could be a decisive play for Marist near the end of the first half. Some great defence there from Wellington, though. And that is that for Te Paura Winera, the Warriors signed player. And that should be just about that for half-time as we just see the hooter that go right now. What an even and entertaining first game. Just a try each in this first half. Marist and Wellington locked up at 4-all. Marist, and then they'll play Canterbury in the final of the boys. So two should be really good games to come to close out what's been an excellent day of Nines Rugby League here on the 16s division. And don't forget, we'll be back here tomorrow to do it all again with the under-18s age group. So here's this Marist Saints team. On paper, they were certainly the most impressive of the teams. 5 of their players have signed with NRL clubs already. It's just incredible, isn't it, how, you know, back in the day maybe you're looking at an under-18, under-20 division and thinking that's the future. But these days, you know, 19-year-olds regularly debut in the NRL, Blake, don't they?
Yeah, they do. Kids are getting picked up as early as 15 now. So, look, ready to see the talent on here. You can see why.
Absolutely. All right, Marist Saints have the first possession. Out there now for Wellington, number 17, Malakai Sunalua. In there making a tackle, wants to get his presence felt as Fornati comes away for Marist, and now this is Winera. Good tackling from Wellington. It's been really solid defensively from them so far. Now Williams, he's going to cook something up from deep within his own half. Good tackle right around the bootlaces on Namia Tafai for Marist. Here's Williams, he just demands the ball, doesn't he? Here comes Tavali again. Again, Wellington drifted nicely to shut down the space on the 5/8. Williams, short pass this time. Nice carry from Mangere. And he offloads. Williams, good support play from him. Williams almost puts the step on to go through and score. That was a try-saving tackle. This is a good, energetic start to the second half from Marist. And over the line, but I think he's been held up there. Tapauda Winera. And has the try been awarded? Oh, it has. It has been scored. Well, well, well. Good work from Tapauda Winera. And it gives Marist the 8-0 lead.
They got down there from some great play between the linking of the halves. And as you can see here, Winera just hits that line and picks one man out. And he's too big, too strong. Now, we can't obviously see if he gets the ball down, but we don't question the referees, do we? That's
we certainly don't.
He's blown the whistle and awarded the try, so Marist go up, take the lead. So,
well, Tapauda Winera is the leading try scorer in the tournament for this team. That's his 5th try, and he is one of the 2 players that has signed with the Warriors. He and his teammate. Let me just go through my list again. Austin Masters, number 9. I think we've seen him in this game, actually. He might be the other player that's been scrubbed out injured. And I forgot to ask Jason Williams when I was touching base with him whether Austin is related to Isan or Stephen Masters as well, who have been, of course, playing their trade in Australia. Isan Masters is a Kiwi player, of course. Oh. Beautifully taken there by Purcell. And Purcell still not brought to ground. Finally, he's been right down now. Compton Purcell from St Paul's College. Now Williams again, who's really influential, isn't he? Here's a big chance for Marist, and that's good play. Oh, hang on. Hang on, it's been dropped over the line there by Tavita. Well, that's 4 points. Just been given right up there.
Mangere did the right option here, as we've seen, passed the ball, and oh no, line wide open. Tavita's just spilled the beans, hasn't he? But great rugby league. Marist are creating so many opportunities, and he just went too casual with it, tried to put it down one-handed. Orcas got the ball now, and that's a lifeline because it would have been very hard to come back from 2 tries down.
Well, Tavita won't do that in his career again. So Wellington, luckily, still in the contest here with just under 6 to play. They've not had much good ball in the second half as Paiti comes up over the 40. Suniula, kick early in the count, Burns. Don't know about that one, but kick and chase. In the end, it's just turned over possession as that wind. Just looking to use that wind, aren't they? That's with them in the second half here, Blake.
I think he might have had a little telepathic thought from you then, because they're trying to get some field position. He's put the kick down early, and like you said, trying to use that wind. So they've got to try and D up hard and not let them outside their 50.
Well, they want to lure an error out of the Marist Saints team now, and that is going to be difficult. A clean break there by Purcell, and here's Williams in support, and he's away. He's got pace. Ryder Williams, that's a superb try. And what a great finish from Ryder Williams, who's having a big game in this third and fourth playoff. Ryder Williams, the third try for Marist, 12-4.
Wingers are so pivotal in the game today. Like they mean so much more than they used to a long time ago. And powerful runs, as we can see by Compton Purcell. He just had one a minute ago, and now he busts through and leaves 3 people on the ground to set Ryder Williams up. Now Ryder still had a play to beat and obviously beat a couple more to the line, but Compton Purcell really finding some weaknesses in the middle of that Wellington defence.
I'll just touch on again, Ryder Williams, an Auckland under 16 rep, Mount Albert Grammar student who's finished at the school. He's off to Kibra Park on the Gold Coast and is linked already with the Gold Coast Titans. So another one that's got away. Mind you, you can't keep them all, Blake.
No, you can't.
You can't keep them all.
No, as much as we would like to.
And it was converted by Williams as well. So 14 points to 4. And a 10-point game now for Marist. It should be safe. It should be, I say, unless Wellington can somehow get some possession and score 2 quick tries to take the lead again. But they're going to need some help from Marist, I reckon. Let's see what happens. Only 3.5 to play. Lialai Tongamoa up towards the halfway line goes the captain of this Wellington team. Jade Burns again at dummy half. He's our try scorer in the first half. Matuariki. And now Paiti at dummy half. Let's see what Wellington can exploit. A gap here, almost through. Yes, he's through there is Fepuliai. Fast play the ball required here for Wellington to keep the pressure on this Marist Saints team. Burns again. Fa'avai. And now this is Winitana Patalesio. And he's offloaded, and Wellington have got the score. And there is the try. Just trying to see who picked up that try. Let's have a look here. It was a very good finish. Made it look easy, didn't he? It was just easy. I think that's Fa'avai who's got it. Sila Fa'avai, number 2. Yep. Good support from him.
Winitana Patalesio. As you can see, the little goose step on the outside and just sets that up for Fa'avai. The Orcas, game on. How exciting.
Well, this kick is important as Fa'avai seals the deal with that try.
That was a great set as well. Great set of rugby league. A couple of big boys had some very tough carries. I'm not too sure if they've kicked this.
So they kicked that conversion?
Yes, 14-8. 14-10.
14-10 they did.
Minute 46, obviously.
Get it over.
Yep.
So 14-10, we've had confirmation that kick did go over. So thank you. 14-10. So Marist here. Still got some scoreboard pressure to manage. And if an error comes from Wellington, they benefit Wellington from an error, it could be game on here. Although Marist might shut the door on some good rugby league down this right flank as Tavita. Remember, he dropped the ball over the line. That would have sealed the game most likely.
They get through their set well though, aren't they?
Upoko here. Good carry. He's lost it. That's the error they were looking for. Now, what's the referee done here? He's blown his whistle. He's ruled a double knock on, so we're going to have a scrum.
This is a very big scrum. As you know, I'm a big fan of attacking from scrums. So much space right here, and I think if Wellington are going to fire a shot, could come off this scrum. I'm hoping it comes off this scrum.
Well, we'll find out one way or the other. They've really got to do something. They might only have one tackle to score from 60 metres out here, Blake, to win the game. And then it could hinge on the kick. Otherwise, we might be in golden point. Who knows? So going to feed the scrum here. Setu Fa'avai.
Oh,
He goes to Huda now. So this is the last play. It's now or never for Wellington. And straight away his twin brother's in trouble. Burns. It's just going to be like touch football here. Whoops. Oh, the bounce. Oh, Wellington still have it. They're going to have to backtrack here. Set to Whaavai. Now there's a 3-on-1 potentially there. No, they've drifted nicely there, Marist. Well, they're going to have to take the line on now. This player could be in trouble. It's still there for Wellington. Oh, good spot tackle here as the Orcas retreating. Here's a chance. Cut out pass required here. Being knocked on there. Metuariki has it. And now here's a chance. They're gassing it here. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Vepualai. He's got the try. And he's going under the posts. And that could seal it for Wellington. Fantastic rugby league. What a great try. Semurana Vepualai from Scots College.
big prop down the sideline. And it was good to see the big boys with the ball in the hands, running, passing. Oh, this is exciting. I love nine-a-side footy.
Now let's check this out. Patient play rewarded here. We go back to Purcell, rather that try earlier. And now, all of a sudden, it just opened up.
Front row to front row. Oh, pace for Puliai.
Oh, the knees are pumping, aren't they?
The smarts too. You would have thought, oh, got to the line, but he's gone straight under the post and they've kicked the goal. This, oh, mate, what a game. What a game.
So the goal has gone over, and it is a win to Wellington by 16-14. As we see the kick now. Oh, it's the big fella too. That was bold of them, wasn't it? Nico Metuariki.
He's been in everything though, hasn't he? He scored a try. He set that last one up for four for Puliai. Metuariki had his hand in everything.
Well, they were down 14-4 and have won 16-14 Wellington. And again, Marist had their chances with Tavita dropping the ball over the line. Don't want to harp on about that one too much. But, well, wonderful finish to the tournament for Wellington, who have grabbed third place. Let's have a look at this one more time.
Tuariki. Straight to Fapuliai.
I've got to say, can I say, even when he got his hands on the ball, I didn't think he was going to score. I thought there was going to be too much defence there for him to negotiate. But in the end, his pace got the job done beautifully.
I must confess as well, I thought even though when he did get to the line, I didn't know if he'd get around under the sticks.
Well, great game, 16-14. Wellington grabbed third place in the 16s. We'll come back with the grand finals very soon, starting with the girls between Wellington and Mangere East.
This is some story right here. It's an absolute feast.
Well, great game from Wellington to win third place in the 16s division. In the boys, over Marist, 16-14. Leaves just 2 games left in the competition. Now the grand finals. And we're going to have the girls' final first between Mangere East and Wellington. Mangere East, the Hawks, winning the Auckland District title, so they qualify as a club team into the final. Wellington are here, as most of the teams are around the country. In fact, all the teams other than the Auckland club teams who are a district side. So these 2 teams coming into this final match unbeaten. Mangere East beating Wellington 12-4. So these 2 have played each other in the very first game yesterday, 12-4. Then they beat Otago 20-6. Bay of Plenty 18-0. And then Canterbury 8-0 in the semi-final. Wellington losing that one game to Mangere East, and then beating Bay of Plenty 20-6, Otago 16-4, and then shutting out the Northern Swords, who were previously unbeaten in that semi by 14 points to 0. So those are the results from both of the two teams. Pretty exciting talent emerging out of the tunnel here at Bruce Pullman Park for this Auckland side. The Mangere East Hawks team. And MJ Taito, number 1. Keep your eye on her, a very good player. She has been scoring heavily. The leading try scorer in the tournament is Clover Evelyn Roberts. Number 2, she has scored, let's have a look here, 5 tries in the 4 games to date. So those two players influential. And also Josina Talutupi Felici Tau Ili Ili is another player to keep your eye on. She's wearing 11 for Mangere East. Here is the Wellington under-16 girls team. Billy Va'a, number 12, is a noted player. Also keep your eye on Odelia Vaifanga Ekanasio, another good player to keep your eye on, number 8. And they're well supported by Trinity Tawaniao, who is number, let's have a look, just vanished off the screen there, number 21. She is the co-captain of the Wellington Orcas 16s team, the 13s team. So she is a noted try scorer and the goal kicker as well. So these two teams familiar with each other. Blake Asian, 12-4, won by Mangere East in pool play, and here they are though with a final.
Exactly all to play for, and it looks like by the results, Wellington actually gave Mangere one of their tougher games throughout this competition. So Wellington looking to bounce back, and the final, as was, you know, anything can happen here. The wind certainly has picked up as the day's gotten on. Be interesting to see how these two teams adjust to that, whether they play that free-flowing footy or try and tuck it under the arm and beat them with power and speed.
So we're almost all set here. It's going to be Wellington to kick off. Psychological blow maybe yesterday, sealed by Mangere East with that 12-4 win. Taito, Roberts and Louis getting the tries in that game. Billy Va'a getting the try for Wellington. So 9 minutes each side, and silverware up for grabs in this game. First versus second, the grand final of the 16s for 2022. Trinity Tawaniai is kicking off here for Wellington. A lot of these players from Wellington from Wainuiamata. And there'll be a lot of support here for Mangere East too, as we see Suani take the first carry. Proudly wearing their club socks too, even though they're wearing the blue of Auckland. I tell you, who was hammered there was Felici Tau Ili Ili. She felt that one, and she's a big player in this team. Here comes a good carry coming from Soraya Palepele, who is coached by her dad, Andrew, who's the father, or rather the coach of this team. Should mention too that Aki Pereira is the coach of Wellington Orcas, Kiwi Ferns player number 98. And she is a very fine player in her day. And here's some nice shape coming from Mangere East, although that's gone forward. And that won't be a try for Louis on the left flank. So great to see Aki Pereira, who coached the Wellington Orcas team in the national championships last year, senior women's team. Good to see her contributing at this age group. He was a former New Zealand Player of the Year back in her playing days. So it'll be interesting to see what influence she has on this Wellington team as Tawaniai comes forward for the Orcas. Nice short inside pass coming back, and here's another fantastic run from Vaingafa Ekanasio. And now it is Tawaniai again, who's showing out strongly, isn't she, in this game? Some big ball runners in this Wellington side. Vaingafa Ekanasio again. And now Maihi, and there's a beautiful pass. Here's a chance for Wellington. Beautifully executed. And Isla Toman is going in to score the try, and there is the first score of the game. It's 4-0 to Wellington.
Some great rugby league, great hands. Don't worry about the wind, what I said. Skills that come to play. Wellington, as you can see, just shifted from one side of the field to the other. It's gone backwards there, and as we see, hands, long ball, quick hands, just a simple draw and pass, and Isla Tolman is on the end of it to receive it. And great try, runs it closer to the sticks, which does help in these sort of games. And Wellington have really come to play. Unlucky with the kick, but Wellington have come to play. In defence, we saw some big hits at the start, and first turn with attack, and they've got some points.
Well, there's Toman there from Sacred Heart College in Lower Hutt, originally from Wainuiamata, and she's a very multi-talented sports person, already an under-15 softball representative, also represented Wellington in touch and baseball as well. So a very good all-round talented sports person. Isla Tolman, who gets her first try of the tournament, and good time to score one too in a grand final. So plenty for Mangere East here to think about.
It is, and they start away with it, straight away with a great carry.
Yes, Felici Tauili once again, who looks to be a very key player. And now here's another solid hit up coming from Suani. 2 or 3 big boppers in the centre. Here comes the next one. And this is Alatini. Plays in the centres in the 13-a-side game. As we see Taito, the captain, slot into dummy half. And once again, they're using this big ball running back rower, Pale Pale, who also enjoys time in the centres as well. Mangere East looking for a bit of showtime here. And here comes Alatini once again. This is a good set by Mangere East representing Auckland, and now Roberts. Roberts with that little kick, and well, it hasn't gone touch and goal there though, but it will be a handover back for Wellington.
Not too bad, finished the set right in the corner. Looked promising with some of that football there. Great rugby league, they were set up well, as we could tell they were well coached, both sides are. And now Wellington's turn to try and run it off their try line and put some more points on.
Oh, you don't want to make an error now, do you? One of the smallest players on the field there, still getting 15 metres with her great pace. Whoa, there's that error. There's that error. It was a great run from Here Maihi, but now a full set here for Mangere East, just 25 metres out.
Yeah, look, I said before, they went down the field, you know, with some great shape, and I think these big girls are going to try and just get one straight over the top here.
Yeah, absolutely. Gee, there's some big runners. Suani is one of them. Now we have Alatini. He's going to set it up. Taito at dummy half once again. Used as a decoy that time as Pale Pale. No decoy there is Felici Tauali'i, who's getting close. Just needs that shift, and they might have been in on that occasion. Here's a big run here from Roberts. She's got all those tries in the game, Clover Roberts, in the tournament rather so far. Can they execute here? And here's a try coming up. Mangere Easton, Giovanna Suani to score it.
Come around under the post like there was a bonus point on offer. Suani, she's been their best so far for me. Great carries out of their end, and as we can see here, great skill. Obviously couldn't get the ball conventional pass, so he's gone over the top basketball pass, and Suani was on the end of it. Where he said coming out of trouble, she's been dynamic, very hard to put down, and she's well deserved of that try.
Suani as a prop in the 13-a-side game. She's playing a bit wider in this game, but look, it's always worth sticking it under the sticks. Blake and Nines taking out any possible difficulty with the conversion, because as we've touched on, they can mean the difference to winning and losing. So the conversion goes over. And Paya gets that one for Mangere East to give them the lead. So 6 points to 4, 2.5 to play. Been an entertaining game, very even.
And that's what we expected of the two teams that are at the top of the game.
Don't forget, we've got that final on the boys coming up between Canterbury and Waikato. Don't want to give away any errors. This is Wellington were guilty of giving away that ball mistake at the play the ball, and they got punished.
Exactly. You can't do it here, and they're making great meters. Just hold on to this ball and finish your set.
There's Maihi again. There's diminutive fullback. Toman slots into dummy half off that run from Naturi Ongli. Again, good switch of play here. Aki Pereira, the coach of this Wellington team, has coached this team well. Got some good structure in their time as Liafe played the ball there. Maihi, there goes the hands through Liafa Paki, but that must have been touched by Mangere East, and it has. Referee is coming back for what should be a scrum for Wellington. No, in fact, there's no double knock on there, so it's just a straight handover. They just played a touch advantage there, didn't he? I'd like to see that ball in the hands of Trinity Tawaniai again for Wellington. There she is in the headgear, slotting into dummy half. She looks a really useful prospect. She was very influential early in the game. Now some good shifting of the ball here from Wellington. Taking the tackle is Vangafa Ekanasio once again as Maihi. Nice play. Here comes Naturi Ongli down to the 10. So pressure here on Mangere East's line. Can Wellington execute a second try here in the last minute of the first half? Numbers look good out here on the right. Have they shifted it effectively? Yes, they have. And there is a try. Billy Va'a goes over to score Wellington's second try, and they reclaim the lead.
Once again, it's the ball work, the hands, the passing. It's got to be on point here, otherwise you don't score this try. And as you can see, these girls just shifted it straight away, and Billy Va'a on the end, a nice little right foot, and gets across the line. And Wellington, it looks like, as you said, they're well coached. They're obviously not the bigger side of the two, and they're really starting to change direction a lot with the ball and starting to shift and make these bigger girls from Mangere East work. So it's a great game plan from the coach.
And there goes the conversion attempt. It's across the face. It's over. Wow. That could be a vital kick.
Well, you're about scoring under the post when you can kick them from out there.
Who scored that one? That might have been our player Tawaniai again, who's their regular goal kicker. Here's one more look at the try. Just good numbers game that they opened up the defence out wide, didn't they?
It is, and you know, we've seen they've gone all the way over to the left, had one or two with a bit of footwork, and then really opened that right side up, and it was there. And if they don't pass that ball properly, or the one pass goes backwards, they don't score that try. So great rugby league by those girls.
Well, 10 points to 6. Wellington leading at half-time. Again, that conversion. You can't underestimate how critical that could be, Blake. Big play there.
Again.
From Tawaniai. She's actually poked over some good goals in that right the way through as we look at. Oh, let's try again. Oh, you're not going to roll that try, Dan. Come on, one more look at it, that Wellington try. Yes, in that last game.
This was the men's. You've seen this. Look at it, it's beautiful.
Yeah, if you're just tuning in, this was the try that won the 3rd and 4th place playoff in the boys competition to Wellington in the last play of the game. And he needed to go and score under the post too, because Wellington needed the kick. Now let's get back to the action here in the girls game, in the major match. And here's Billy Va'a again, going over to score that second try for Wellington. Earlier on, Toman got that try. And the one try scored by Mangere East is this one here to Suani, number 3. Just a good shift of the ball, and the big players in the middle certainly looking to impose themselves. So 10 points to 6. Don't forget, we've got the boys' final coming up at the conclusion of this game between Canterbury and Waikato. And I've been told on the quiet too, and just in the boys' 18s tomorrow, that those two teams, Canterbury and Waikato, are the teams to watch.
Really?
Yeah. So
there's a double. Very interesting.
Keep your eye on those two teams. A little Spy told me today.
Everyone speaks to you out here, don't they?
They do, mate.
Very
they do.
Professional.
So we'll see if that little prediction comes through. I raised my eyebrow and I thought, you never count out Auckland teams.
Yep.
But for this person to come up to me and say, Waikato and Canterbury, I'm liking. And I'm thinking, okay, thank you. So we'll see. Anyway, let's get back to this girls' final in the 16s. Mangere East trailing by 4. They restart play. Wellington Orcas leading by 10 points to 6. 9 minutes. We'll have a champion. the inaugural champion in the District 9s. Who will it be? We will see. I love the input here of Mahi. Here she goes again, sneaking away another 10, 15 metres. She doesn't lack courage despite her size, Blake.
Not at all. She seems to be around the ball a lot, playing like a second receiver. She's looking very dangerous.
Oh, Toman might not be able to stay in the field of play. There's the flag up. Wellington turn it over early in the count.
We saw their one turnover in the first half from Wellington led to a Mangere East try. So,
although that was in their own 20.
Yes.
This one's not in their own 20. So there's still a lot of work to do here for Mangere East. But your point remains valid. Your point remains valid. It's giving the opposition a chance to do something with the ball. And they've certainly got the talent to do it. Oh, finished off.
Again.
That was telegraphed, wasn't it?
Russell Leah, that's the second big one of this game so far.
Oh, what a great run up the middle here from Pali Pali. Now fast play the ball required here, and Wellington could be in deep trouble. Mangere East looking to keep this momentum going. Straight into the line goes Felici Tau Ili Ili once again. Taito. Haven't really seen too much of her in the game so far. There comes Pali Pali once again. A risky pass, nicely gathered by Roberts. Oh, this is looking superb. Mangere East going in to score. What a great final this is. It is Haireta Rose Kepa who's gone in to score the try, and it is 10-all. This is a great topsy-turvy contest.
That is. As we saw, Pali Pali in that set had the great run to get him in position, and then once again tucked it under the arm. And there's a questionable offload, but it went to their player. You need a bit of luck in this game as well. And as we're going to see, just interchange of passing. And then Kepa, on the end of it, runs it around as far as she could to try and make it a bit easier. But 10-all, and this is what you want to see out of a final.
Well, goal kicking now becomes absolutely critical. And let's have a look and see if this one, nowhere near at that time from Paya. So 10-all. It is beautifully poised, this game. Beautifully poised. With about 7 to go.
You know, I know it was down there, but we just can't get those errors. It's going to be that team in that championship game that just eliminates it all. So you just want to see them set for set here from both girl sides, and 10-all. I mean, I'm excited. I'm really excited.
6 to go. Remember when these two met in pool play, Mangere East won at 12-4. But that was so yesterday. Here comes Wellington, and Nature Only it is with the take from the kickoff, and Mahi goes nowhere that time.
Penalty.
Peeling for the penalty, she gets it. No, don't take the tap. Hit it. Well, she is going to take the tap. Didn't want to take the kick, mind you. They are. They are playing into the wind. A bit of feeling in this contest now. Good hit by Roberts. But Wellington still have the ball, and the Fretton just fires up now for Wellington. In fact, it was Liafe who went into the line nicely now as the Orcas dropped the ball, and that was Russell Leah once again. And it looks like we're going to have knock-ons both ways there. No, it's just a changeover. But there goes another mistake from Wellington.
Exactly, and it's about the same position of the field where Mangere East got the ball from last time. So Wellington know they just got to defend this set. Stay in this game.
Mary Jane Taito. And here comes Melissa Toe with this carry. And here come the big runners again. Oh, it's a new one this time. In fact, it's Suwani, the try scorer in the first half. Just couldn't quite find the hands there of Louis, who's picked up the loose ball for Mangere East. 4.5 to go, 10 each. The next scorer will be decisive. We will play golden point if we go. We're locked up at full time. That was Paya. Setting up midfield. Taito with this play. Here comes the big runner from Pali Pali. Nicely tackled that time. Still a couple of tackles left in the set. No marker. Away goes Taito. That tackle was critical. Now the last play. Wellington risking a penalty there. And there's the kick, nicely gathered by the biggest player on the park. And that was Taranaki. She's got some skills.
She does. You've mentioned that before when she's got the ball in hand. She's very crafty, and to bend over and pick that ball up, so much on the line as well.
Well, Wellington have been prone an error or two in this part of the field. Now, did that go out? She did go out. Another mistake by the Orcas. And that must have only been a blade of grass in it.
Look here.
Oh, man, did that go out? Jeepers, that was a close call, wasn't it?
I think the right hand with the ball in it, just touched that line. Great call by the touch judge. And Mangere East got the ball now.
Yes, they come again. And this is Alatini, penalty this time. Now what they're going to do here? Should they take the two? What do you reckon, Blake?
Oh,
no, there's your answer,
yeah,
no chance.
I was going to say exactly what they did.
Going to try and score a try. Mata Alatini, just a couple of metres out. A little dart from dummy half is successful. MJ Taito is over. Taito takes the lead for her team. And it is 14-10. MJ Taito, the captain. Well, those errors from Wellington.
Once again, the errors, and then Alatini, just great play the ball. She's left one marker there, close to the line either side. And the captain. That's why you're the captain. You're smart, aren't you? MJ Taito.
Yes,
straight over.
Her third try of the tournament. I suspect the other two would have been in a similar fashion. Check out the crowd in the background. They're loving it. Isn't it great to see people watching sport on the sidelines again in New Zealand?
And it's just getting bigger and bigger, isn't it? There's more people coming in as the day's getting longer.
Wow, now Pale Pale is going to kick this. Is she going to? This is going to be a big kick here. Oh, no way. No timing on that one. So, Wellington 4 points down. Now, we've just seen their boys' team with a miracle play to win the game in the previous game to win third place.
They started on their own 20, they did, and it went for about 2 minutes and a half, that last play. But it's the exciting scenes, and now, look, the Orcas, they still have time, though, but this set cannot make an error out of this set. Need a completion here.
They do, and they've got 90 seconds. Waigafa Ikanasio it is. Still a long way to go as Maihi feeds the short side. Engaging the defence. Nyaturi Ongli, that was a good tackle coming in on that right flank from Mangere East that time. Wellington can't afford any mistakes now. And once again, it's Waigafa Ikanasio with that carry. They've used up 3 tackles, still 3 to play. Liafa Paki back on the inside to Tawanai. Now they've got to spread it. Out it comes to Tuanuiai now. Good tackle in midfield. Va'a was going nowhere, and what's the ruling there? And it's a lost ball. It's a lost ball.
Yeah, she's passed it from the ground there. Look, it's very hard now, isn't it? You got to hit and hope. Need an error from Mangere East if Wellington are to get another chance in this game.
Well, Pale Pale. Whoa! She doesn't care where the clock is. She's just running like it was the start of the game. And here comes the next runner. Louis, and a penalty goes against Wellington. Huda due any second. There goes the Huda. And Mangere East have got the win. And they win the under-16s national title here at the National Nines for 2022. 14-10 over Wellington.
It's a big accomplishment for a club team, isn't it? To come and face all these other districts across New Zealand, and look, the girls enjoying themselves.
Well, some great scenes there. Very good game of football. Very even contest, not much in it. 14-10, the final score. Stay with us. We're going to come back with that boys' final very soon and the trophy presentation in just a moment.
story right here. It's glorious. It's an absolute feast.
So here we are at Bruce Pullman Park, and the celebrations are starting here for Mangere East, who are the Auckland representatives here in the National Nines tournament. They are the champions for 2022, having beaten Wellington in a very close match, 14-10. They just get there. Wellington will probably think, on hindsight, Blake, if we just talk about them for a second, that game got away from them. They had opportunities to win that game.
It did. They're a very quality side. To make a final, we can see that, and there's just those errors that let Mangere East get one or two of those tries in the end.
Indeed, it was 3 tries all in that game. In fact, no, 3 tries to 2. It was 3 tries to 2. So Suani, Kepa and Taito getting the one that sealed the win near the end. Toman and Va'a getting the tries for Wellington. So we're getting set for the trophy presentation. Don't forget, folks, there is still one game to come, and that is the boys' final between Canterbury and Waikato. But I think this girls' final was certainly befitting of a final. Wasn't it? Great game.
Yeah, it's what we hope to see in this next game, isn't it? It sets it up. It's a hard act to follow.
It sure is, but we're going to get a good game, I'm sure, between Canterbury and Waikato. We'll have that, though, for you in a moment. So Mangere East get top spot. Wellington finished second in the girls' competition. And, finishing in third place was Canterbury. Not too far away from the presentation. Northern Swords finished in fourth. That one really gets up. And in fifth place, Taranaki, Bay of Plenty sixth. Otago seventh. Waikato finished in 8th place. And I think we're very close to throwing it down now to Hone Haunui Rapana, who is the MC for our presentation.
Atūroko hina te pōtākiri ko te ata. Kawhe ki kawhe kā no te matahau no tū. No tū te winiwini no tū te wanawana. Tūturu whiti whakamaua ki a tīna. Haumi e hui e. Tai ki e. Kia whai korori hareruia ki te atua rungarawa. Nāna te rangi me te whenua. Ngāma te huhua, haere atura, te maurero ki a tātou katoa. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the formal presentation for the New Zealand Rugby League National Nines District Tournament. Our grand final has just taken place with our winners being announced as we go. Right, if we could have the coach of our runners-up for today, all the way from Wellington, Homai Pati Paki Paki, for our coach from Wellington and his team to come and collect their medals for the runners-up.
Well, just want to congratulate everyone here today and to Auckland. Thank you to NZRL and all the sponsors who made this possible. And yeah, all the best to the rest of the teams there too. Our girls, first time on the national stage, probably for the rest of us here today and this weekend. So ngā mihi to you all, thank you, and all the best for the rest of the weekend. See you next year.
Absolutely awesome stuff from Wellington Orcas under 16 girls, travelling all the way and making a presence by making it up to the grand final and making the runners-up position. All right, just want to thank our match officials. Can we have a round of applause for Liam O'Brien, Epiha Murukete and Kyle Vasa. And without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, if we could have our winning team representing Tamaki Makaurau, Auckland, Mangere East, Sumai Te Paki Paki. Come and receive your medals, please, ladies, being presented to you by Louisa, Kiwi Fur, number 4. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause. Your winners for the Under-16s Girls Division, Mangere East Hawks. Right, without further ado, we will now name the New Zealand Rugby League Under-16 Girls Tournament team. From Auckland, Mangere East, number 12, Soraya Aselina Palepale. From Mangere East Hawks, number 2, Clover Evelyn Roberts. From Mangere East Hawks, number 11, Josina Talatupe Felici Tauiliili. From Wellington, number 21, Trinity Tawaneai. From Wellington, number 1, Hera Maihi. Number 11, from Otago, Anya Clark. From Waikato, number 11, Liana Baba Salvation. From Canterbury, number 6, Yalani Muamot. And from Taranaki, number 7, Isla Palau. Your player of the tournament for the Under-16s, from Mangere East Hawks, number 12, Soraya Marcelina Palepale. We can have Soraya to be presented with her MVP award. Your MVP for the Under-16s Girls Division. Thank you to all the teams that participated in the Girls Under-16 Division for the NZRL National District 9s Tournament for 2022. Right, tēnā koutou, huri noa, pai mārire kia tātou katoa.
Well, there we are. And I don't think we can quibble with any of those names in the tournament team there, and certainly the player of the tournament, Blake Aitken.
We got to look at all these girls today, and yeah, there's no debating that side at all. They were all a standout in all their games in the finals today, and the player of the tournament, as you can see, holding that trophy high.
Yeah, wonderful effort by Pali Pali to win the MVP of the tournament, and for Mangere East representing Auckland to win the Girls 16s Championship for 2022. Great final, them beating Wellington by 14 points to 10. Not much in that game at all. Right, that just leaves the one match, and we're going to come back very soon. Or in fact, are we staying with our coverage? Yeah, we might as well stay. Just looking at our director now, and he goes, okay, why not? Waikato versus Canterbury in the final here from Bruce Pullman Park, a breezy Bruce Pullman Park as it can be on occasions here. That wind getting up and blowing from right to left as you see it, so it's kind of blowing from the southeast direction here with just two teams coming in, and Canterbury come in unbeaten to this final, having beaten Waikato in their pool match by 20 points to 12, then going on to beat the Northern Swords close, a game that one 8-6, then Manawatu 16-6, and then they just beat Wellington in that semi-final by 14 points to 12. Waikato Mana, well, as we touched on just a moment ago, they lost to Canterbury. Here is their team, and there's quite a few players from Hamilton Boys High School in this team, including Dallas Rata Makane, also from Hamilton Boys, Timo Utiaro, number 8, Mangaroa Mark, who's been scoring quite regularly through this tournament, 3 tries, a couple of goals as well, and Kalis Shepherd is one to keep your eye on as well. So Waikato with a loss in Canterbury in pool play, and then wins over Manawatu, the Northern Swords, and then they beat Marist in that semi-final by 14 points to 8. Now this Canterbury team, there is a number of players from the South Island Scorpions 16s in the team last year that are still eligible for this Canterbury team, including Mehana Pauling, number 1, Jackson August, number 2. We also have Toby Gibson, number 8, Zekefanga Yeti, number 10, and they are just Sasai Alatini. Keep your eye on him. Number 12, Alatini, a very good player who's a very robust, big lad, and very, very mobile and hard to tackle. Sasai Alatini, remember him from the 16s last year. Blake Ashford, good player. So Canterbury got some very good, solid players in their team, but this Waikato team must be good. I mean, they beat Marist, who had 5 NRL players signed in their team already, beat them in the semi-finals.
I suppose if the if the third versus fourth playoffs anything to go by, this is going to be a cracker because, as you can see, Canterbury have just won. They haven't smashed any teams. They've won by big margins. They've all been very close. Both sides have actually. So I'm anticipating this one. I think it's going to be a great clash.
Now, there's 6 players in this Waikato team who have been selected in the Sean Johnson Under-16 tournament selection side. So that's the tournament that's just been completed a couple of weeks ago, the Under-16 Sean Johnson Cup. So 6 players from this Waikato team made that tournament team. So there is some talent in there. Some of them, Eli Paul. I mentioned Utiaro and Mark. Also, others to make that team, Adam Lawrence and Patrick Kailahi, another who's moving to the Gold Coast very soon as well, although he's not going until 2023. So he's the one player that's been picked up already by an Australian team. But there is some very good players in this Waikato Mana team. And but they didn't beat Canterbury in the pool match by 20 points to 12, so they'll be very keen to rectify that. And Canterbury, meantime, will be very keen to kick on and go on and win this national title.
They will be. Going through undefeated, I suppose, you get a lot of confidence from that. They're coming out in this final. They've looked exciting. And you just mentioned all the players that were there from the South Island Scorpions who were an exceptional team throughout their national youth competition. So I can't wait to see it. As we spoke about, the breeze has picked up, but look, yeah, they're strong ball carriers, so don't worry about passing it.
Well, don't quote me, but I think the South Island Scorpions made the final last year, but lost to Mid-Central Vipers, if my mind serves me correct, in a tight match. So here we go, Canterbury against Waikato in the final in this District 9 16s tournament, and it's Canterbury kicking off and getting some really good distance on that kick. And straight away, Waikato under pressure. And back comes Marakopa Herawini. And he takes the first tackle right in front of the posts. So some really hot young talent on display here as Utiro comes back to the 20. Looks like he's got more steps on him than than the Sky Tower maybe. And there's a nice late offload. Waikato coming off their line really strongly here, Blake.
As we've seen, exceptional already. The passing, the second phase play, making meters. They started straight off their line and they're already out to the 50.
Indeed, and they're looking for opportunities to spread the ball again. Taking the tackle there is Paranihi from Waikato. And he's taken just inside the half. Here's Kailahi. A big strapping lad he is. Looks as fit as a fiddle. And this is a great set to start the game for Waikato. Chasing through, that pretty useful kick, although it's just taken the bad bounce there, hasn't it? Back to the 20 for Canterbury.
They get the extra tackle in this. It could do. That's, that could prove costly.
Well, Canterbury, that was a tough set for them. They've gone the whole length of the field there, Waikato. And remember that good kickoff from Canterbury as well. So, Ashton Clark to restart play here. Hooker from Hallsville Hornets. Goes to St. Thomas of Canterbury School, and there's a lot of St. Thomas of Canterbury players in this lineup here. And there is Alatini luring a penalty. Alatini, a key player, number 12. Just keep your eye on him.
Yeah, he was MVP of the Christchurch tournament, I've been told. So, look, obviously he's in this team and they're in the final, so he must be doing something right.
Could have caught that one just about, Blake. It's right up by our commentary position here.
I don't like my strike rate.
Oh,
mate. Yours.
Oh, I don't know about you. Here's Alatini again, poking his nose behind the line again. Sosaya Alatini. And there goes Clark, firing it out to Stewart, who's the captain of this team. Jackson Stewart, number 6. Canterbury going down with Whangaete. There's Clark firing it out to Stewart once again. Here is Maihana Pauling. Offloads in the tackle. Looking good here for Canterbury. Looking spectacular. Tyrell Kakoi from Linwood Keys has gone over to score the try.
Every ball carrier in that set from Canterbury just ran with purpose, didn't they? And then you can see the ball playing from this. Whangaete play the ball with the one shoe as well. Great pass from the hooker. As we see, just simple plays. Shift the ball. Draw apart Pauling. This offload going to the ground, and it's hit Kakoi on the chest as well. It wasn't like it was too hard of a pickup. Pauling exceptional there, going to ground. Great offload, and Kakoi straight under the right next to the post with a bit of pace.
Indeed. So well done to Kakoi getting the try, and that leaves the conversion attempt here from Pauling, and that is a very good kick too. So 6 points to 0. Good start for Canterbury. That was their first set and looking very sharp and slick.
But both sides' attack has looked exceptional, hasn't it? Waikato went the length before and Canterbury went the length and scored. So who's going to sharpen up in defence first?
6, Jackson Stewart. 7, Rico Lemali. Number 8 for Canterbury is Toby Gibson. 9, Ashton Clark. 10, Ezekiel.
We start here for Waikato again. Oh, bouncing ball. Always makes me nervous. And first tackle 15 metres out. Alatini making that tackle. Into dummy half for Waikato Herewini. And he's getting the late offload there from Kailahi, but there's the first error. In fact, was it knock-ons both ways? Yes, and that should be a Canterbury scrum. Waikato scrum.
Okay.
Oh, interesting call.
Yep. Well, they got a bit lucky there, I think, Waikato. They're, looking to push the pass a bit, but they catch a break and they got the ball again.
Waikato have just lost this, that one game to Canterbury in pool play. So here they are again. Again, they've not really had any opportunities to use attacking opportunities so far as Lamapeti from St John's Collegiate. The only player from that school in this team is Mark. Kept driven backwards. All the way back to where he started from. Still, it didn't bother him though, did it? Here comes Marsh. Haku Marsh. And away comes Waikato once again. Oh, some good footwork at the line there from Utiaro. I like the look of him. He looks useful. Here's Herewini again at dummy half. Out comes to Huirama. And now it is Paranihi. On the 20. The defence so far. The pace of this game has been very impressive. Kailahi. And here comes Utiaro once again. Now it's opened up for Marsh. Marsh out to number 7, Herewini. And or is it Rata Makane who's gone over to score the try? No, it is Herewini, the number 7. So Marakopa Herewini gets the try for Waikato, and it's 6-4.
It all started with a big prop. Utiaro goes there with a bit of footwork and the sharp offload. Draw and pass, and Herewini in the corner gets the ball down. Now look, that's only their second set, and they've looked sharp. Whoever stops, or whoever sharpens up, I mentioned before in defence, looks like they can go on and win this because both sides' attacks exceptional.
There is Herewini. He's got a second try of the tournament. Got one against the Northern Swords back in pool play. 6-4. Game on again. You get the feeling, Blake, this one's going to be decided by the little things.
It is. It is. And, well, I suppose defence is a big thing, but whoever holds on to the ball, that's what we've seen cost a couple of teams in other games, isn't it?
Both teams look very capable executing. And that's out on the full. And there we go, a little thing like a kickoff, Blake. I'm telling you.
Yeah, the coach killers.
Well, that gives Canterbury a full set inside Waikato's half. based on what we've seen in that first try that Canterbury scored, it's going to be difficult for Waikato to keep them out here.
Well, this is the only, I mean, this half's gone very quick. This is only Canterbury's second set with the ball.
The Clark restarts play. And now out comes Toby Gibson. Ooh, Clark, little shift. Direction there. Now Jackson Stewart. Playing standoff, second row. Useful players, those players. They're flexible, interchangeable. Now Gibson again. Biggest player in the Canterbury team. Now to the smallest is Clark, and now Pauling's up from fullback again. Yes, looking, exploiting, having a little dig down that short side. As Clark gives it back to Alatini, almost intercepted, and here comes Gibson. Gibson is stopped. Great tackle from Rata Makene to stop the big fella from going over. Here's Canterbury looking likely again, and there is another score. It is Sheldon Haywood who goes over to score the try. And again, he looks full of athleticism. This number 3, tall, lanky lad.
Catches it on the overs, and he was always going to be too powerful from there. You mentioned how athletic he looked. We just saw before when he was one-on-one defence. So it's good to see he can do it on both sides of the ball, defence and attack, and he puts his side up just before half-time.
Sheldon Haywood again can play second row, centre, Linwood Kia's player. Notes here saying he can play every single position on a rugby league field. Very bright future. And he goes over to score his second try of the tournament. He's also a goal kicker too. He scored a couple of goals, or kicked a couple of goals against Manawatu back in pool play, and one against Waikato in the pool match as well. Now Pauling, and one's going to slide away. So that will do it for the first half. And it is Canterbury leading by 10 points to 4 in the grand final of the 16s. To remind you too, congratulations to Mangere East, the Auckland team winning the girls competition. And don't forget, folks, we'll be back tomorrow for the under-18s competitions. We've got exactly the same format tomorrow as we've had today. So in the morning, we'll have the playoffs from 5th to 8th. And then in the afternoon, we'll have the 3rd and 4th and the grand finals for both girls and the boys to look forward to as well. Well, what are you going to do if you're Waikato Mana's coach here? Mainu Huirama.
Oh, what am I going to do? I'm going to just say, listen, let's hold the ball. We know we can score. It's our defence that's got to change. They've had 2 sets for 2 tries. So, look, they're definitely in this game. Only 1 try the difference. That's the good thing. As we see, Canterbury's first try.
Yeah, scored by Kakoi.
Yeah, and it was a great bit of brilliance here by Pauling. Takes the line on and draws 2 defenders, gets the offload to Kakoi, who's just too fast for them in the end and goes under.
And then we got the second try of the game to Herewini out on this left flank for Waikato.
Straight away they hit back, didn't they? And this is what would be pleasing, I suppose, the coach, the positive side of the half. They know they can score points. It's going to be stopping them. And, you know, Canterbury got the ball back, and this big man out in the centres, 10 metres out, he's going to be hard to stop if you get body contact on him. If you don't move off the line, I don't think you're ever going to stop him. So I'm very excited. Hey, I don't give out too many tips, but I might be leaning towards a golden point match here.
Well, yes, I have already put that in my head. Would not discount that opportunity. Mainu Huirama, the Waikato coach there. Manu Clarkson in there for Canterbury. He's their coach. So, yes, these little moments going to be really critical in the second half. The national title up for grabs here. Set for the final 9 minutes of the under-16s 2022, and it's Waikato trailing by 10 points to 4. They won't have the ball to start the second half. look, and there's the error straight away. Wow. Wow, that's a big play right there, Blake Aitchford.
Seen it cost a couple of teams in the third and fourth playoffs and the other final. Look, Waikato, they need to score here, 10 points all.
It was Kahukiwa who knocked it on, and now big opportunity for Waikato as Adam Lawrence comes onto the field and fires up for the mana. There's Kailahi. And straight away they're looking to spread it to Huirama. Huirama almost sneaking through. Waikato looking dangerous early in the second half, looking to utilise this error. Kailahi, it's knocked forward by Canterbury. And even though that player once again, Kahukiwa, might be disappointed, Blake, he stopped the try there.
He did stop a try. Now, Waikato's got to set up again. I think they've got him out on the left-hand side if they look here.
Lawrence demands the ball again, Adam Lawrence. 5 metres out. There's the front rower. Out it comes from Mark. The hands are not there from Paranihi. And I love the way the Canterbury defence came up super fast as a sweeping line there, Blake.
Great recognition by Hayward because they were outnumbered. So if that ball went to hand and he had caught that, they had 3 on 2. So that man Hayward who scored the try before was great in defence there.
Carry of the football there to start the set for Canterbury, and Alatini demands more possession. Hard fella to bring down. Sasai Alatini Pauling into dummy half. Canterbury looking to spread it. In fact, that's Pauling there. He's hit the line really strongly there. Pauling, we know he's got an offload in, and we saw that in the first half. Kakoi into dummy half for Canterbury. Ball holding up in the breeze there for Jackson Stewart. And here's Gibson charging forward. Great run by the front rower, Toby Gibson. It's Rosie in at dummy half. Here's Stewart again, squaring up the defence. Lovely hands on that flank by Jackson August. Rare touch for him, although has the referee ruled it forward. I think he might have. It was at the end of the set.
Either way, very hard to pass and catch those balls in the wind that's picked up this afternoon. Like to maybe some more runs by Gibson and the like to get them going forward and then play off that.
Canterbury look very good with the ball, don't they? Look very slick and very well drilled. Waikato not far behind them. Mapete still has the ball. Demands plenty of attention when he's got his hands on it, and that is a penalty. Alatini just getting slightly messed up there. One of those 50-50 ones that you see on occasions, but I think right, good call by the referee there. So no change to that halftime score, still 2-1 in the final. It's been a tight second half so far with 5.5 to play. Really, Waikato need to score very soon. Tiro it is. He looks useful, doesn't he? Very athletic. And now here's Haku Marsh. Marsh sets it up. Here he is again. Utaaro. Waikato 25 out. Looking to get some shape on this right flank. Keeping it to the left is Mark. The Canterbury defence has been really good so far in this game, both with and without the ball. Now Kailahi, the tall, lanky ladders through, and oh, he's so close, Patrick Kailahi. Last play of the set, and were those Canterbury players on side? Surely they were not. And he's handing it over. Wow, big call there by the ref.
Very big call at this point of the game too. Go so close there, so close. Oh, Utairo, he's that 3 touches in that set. And as you can see, very unlucky.
Yeah, Hayward in there sneaking through. I reckon he wasn't square at marker, but there you go. That's the call. The referee was right there. So Canterbury survive an intense scrutiny on their line. And hitting it up strongly there is Whangiete. Away comes Kai and Rosie again. So somehow They've got to lure an error out of this Canterbury team, although they have been few and far between. Just a couple of errors made by Waikato in the game, and they've been costly. As Pauling wriggles over the halfway line once more. Rosie out to Namaile, and now Alatini once again. Reliable ball carrier. Kyle Rosie again. Stewart, and that one there is going to be a handover.
Maybe not the best fifth tackle option. 40 metres out, would have liked to see it go to a corner, especially only 6 points up. But for Waikato, this is where they got to win the game. This is where they've got to come back into it right here.
Well, defence, you talked about it before, Blake. This could be a big defensive set here for Canterbury. Here comes Haku Marsh once again. Running strongly on that left flank. Here's Kailahi. Patrick Kailahi can't find space there, and he's got good support. Huirama almost through. Gets support from Kailahi. Oh, ankle tapped, and he's lost it. Oh, what a big play from that Canterbury defender. Could that be a championship-winning play with 2.5 to play?
It could be. They could look back at that, and that could be the one that wins them this title. Great rugby league on the other side of Waikato. That was amazing.
Oh, Sasai Alatini now gone in, getting some space here. Maybe this Waikato team getting a bit tired. He's lost it. Oh, it's a penalty.
Tough call.
Oh, referee goes against Huirama. Oh, he's in an offside position, isn't he?
Yeah.
So number 14 there, Lama Petty, knocking it forward. So I think a good call by the referee there, Blake.
Very
Although
good.
one spot on.
Yep. Here it is, a minute 50 left in the championship game. Who's going to do something?
Well, I guess a neutral fan would like Waikato to have the ball right now. Yeah. That would be the only maybe quibble, but we'll see. There's Alatini, but you can see Canterbury using a bit of the clock is their friend here, although they might just want to ice the game by scoring a try. There was a nice offload by Helam, and here comes Laimale once again. Defence is absolutely critical now for Waikato. As Kyan Rosie slots back into dummy half. Here comes Gibson once again, who's been this damaging runner, Toby Gibson. No need to risk the offload at the moment with August and Stewart looming. There's Rosie. And now Laimale again. Pauling's got it. Almost intercepted. Mehana Pauling. Looking good for the corner here. No way. Oh, he's gone all the way to score it. Mehana Pauling. The referee gets the thumbs up from the touchy. And there's the try that
Excellent feast.
We are in discussion the NRL games from last night and how good the Storm were against the Sharks. Just getting ahead of ourselves with the Warriors game kicking off in about an hour and a half. 14-4 Canterbury against Waikato. So Canterbury winning the boys final and thoroughly deserving to win the final, Blake. It's been a very good performance from them both. I thought they were both excellent with the ball and without it. I think we're going straight to the presentation. Here he is, Hone Haunui Rapana.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the presentation for the New Zealand Rugby League National District 9s tournament for 2022. Without further ado, we would like to thank our sponsors, NZCT, Sports NZ, the Lion Foundation, Auckland City Council, Papakura Council, Protect, BLK, Mainstream, CCL, Stephen, USL, and Sky Sports. The order of our awards. If we can call on our runners-up, our coach for the runners-up from Waikato, or their captain, Maita Pakipaki, runners-up 2022, Waikato Mana.
Just on behalf of the Waikato 16 boys, just like to thank the organisers for putting this all together for us. And just Canterbury, congrats on the win. Our show side, and yeah, good luck for the rest of your father's futures. Thank you.
Just want to make a special acknowledgement to our match officials for the Under-16 Boys Grand Final, Jackson McGowan, David Miller, and Jack Fevers. Can we have a round of applause for our match officials, our Kaiwawa. Right, to present the trophy for the Under-16s Boys Division, I'm going to call on Kiwi and New Zealand Warrior, and also the head of GM for New Zealand Rugby League, Motu Tony. Ladies and gentlemen, your winners for the Under-16 Boys, all the way from under the maunga of Auraki next to the river of Waimakariri. Give us a round of applause, Canterbury! We can have the captain share a few words while the boys collect their medals.
Thanks to all the supporters for coming out. Thanks NZRL for hosting. Thanks Waikato for a main game. Thanks to our manager Natasha, Craig, Manu and all the coaching staff, and Andy too. Yeah. Thanks guys.
Once again, a round of applause for your winners of the Under-16s for the National District 9s tournament, all the way from the South Island, Canterbury. Without further ado, we will now name the Under-16 Boys Tournament team. From Canterbury, number 1, Meihana Pauling. From Canterbury, number 3, Sheldon Hayward. From Wellington, 15, Semurana Februleai. From Waikato, number 13, Patrick Kailahi. From Auckland, number 2, Compton Purcell. From Wellington, number 25, Maui Winitana Patelesio. From Auckland Marist, number 7, Ryder Williams. Number 8, from Waikato, Timo Utiaro. And number 9, from Waikato, Mangaroama. Once again, I'm going to ask Motu Tony to present the MVP for the Under-16s Division Boys. Your MVP. From Waikato, number 9, Mangere East. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for our 2 teams that made the grand finals. Your runners-up, Waikato, and your eventual winners, Canterbury 2022. E nei te mihi atu ki a koutou, tēnā koutou, mai Māori re, kia tātou katoa.
Well, there we are. And some interesting names coming through for that tournament team. And congratulations to Mangere East, who won the MVP, the Waikato playmaker. But the spoils, and rightly so, go to Canterbury. Blake Ashford. Wonderful event and tournament for them, unbeaten.
Unbeaten, yes, and look at them all smiling. Smiling faces that they should be, the inaugural champions. It's going to be there for history. Well done, boys.
Yes, indeed. So they win the 16s. Congratulations to all the 16 teams we've seen in action today. Also, congratulations to Mangere East from Auckland winning the girls' title. Thank you for watching here from Bruce Pullman Park today. And the great news is we'll be back tomorrow to do it all again when the under-18s go at it. So on behalf of the entire Stream Shop team that brought you the coverage here today, thanks for watching. We'll catch you again tomorrow morning.